wrong today. There's just something wrong. Oh my gosh. Could it? I don't know. I don't know. This, I might actually have to, for realsies, do this, y'all. That's some tissue. Trying to get too distracted here because I jumped away from the hive for a moment so I could maybe get some monsters to refresh around the area. I don't know if I've just been clearing them out so much, but you might as well call me Aha, because I have been hunting high and low. And by the way, if you're unawares of my 80s synth pop name drop there, Swedish band back in the 80s, the new wave era, came out of Europe. Aha, group of youngsters that came out with one of the greatest songs of all time, Take on Me. And that was off their album, Hunting High and Low. That's why you call me Aha, because I've been hunting high and low. Man, oh man, I normally have just a plethora, an absolute overload surplus. My cup runneth over, if you will, of bookmarks for Boss Monsters. And what I, you know, just blowing through them because with server war going on, I don't have two gathering marches out or another march in a relic or anything like that. So I'm doing 5 rallies, sometimes 6 at once, and I can go through them pretty quick. The struggle is real. So moving around the map just to fart around and get some slaying in. So I'm not just like sitting there useless at my hive. Anywho, and I happened to cross this nice little brand new level 5 pyramid ruins, and I'm like, you know what? Let's get some points maybe. It's just, 369,666, the number of the beast. T1 grounders in there with Hamilton and the Norway Ridge Dragon, so 100% general survival rate if I happen to get hit. Not going to lose a lot of points, not going to cost me barely anything in healing and resources, and if I don't get hit, I just get some points for the treasure hunt event going on here in, holy cow, are we actually doing it? Part 2 Mother's Day event 2026 live stream extraordinaire. I just named this randomly. It's, I suppose, apropos, because that's what's going on. We are now, my friends, in the throes, if you will, of version 5.25.1. And so far, so good. I don't know about any of y'all, and it's different. It varies different, I suppose, per user, per player, but per platform. Last update, 5.24.0, was a little rough out of the gate, a little wonky. The PC especially, it seemed, I don't know, I don't mind. Things seem to be, what do you call it, optimized for mobile play, which is fine, but I prefer, of course, to play on the PC. Um, Bigger screen, easier to do things, all things considered, and easier to record and post and live stream and such. Where are we, friends? Ebony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Lito. I'm Lito the Second. R5 of the Landsrad on Silver 1834. My goodness. In Ebony, the King's return. Turn. Forgive me for perhaps a little less enthusiasm there because let's see here. It's 2:42 p.m. where I am hailing from, where I'm living in the United States. And I have, for the last nearly 5 hours now, been trying to get this live stream up and running. There are a couple of chunks of some live videos saved for posterity's sake, um, that 5 minutes, 9 minutes long, respectively, and they are all super choppy because I wasn't uploading well enough. The connection was unsatisfactory. Um, and there is nothing I could do to remedy it, to repair it, to get it working. I'm not going to run down the laundry list of things that I did, but I tried it all, I swears. I even offered a sacrifice of one of my children to the OBS gods. Um, no, not really, but I swears. And hey, check it out. Here's another one. Should I do it? Oh, 5 minutes left. I don't know. I mean, let's get the points that are there because it's SVS, like I said. Boop. We'll get 4 minutes of points in, maybe. Cool. And you're like, no, it's anything. Ha, cool. Let's rush him there. Points are points. Wouldn't get him anyway for the 20 chances you get every day, unless you're just an absolute wild person and you treasure hunt irregardless. Not a word, by the way. No matter what's going on, SVS or a non-nap server. Hey, that's like one of the first level 3 Sphinxes I've seen in a day. JB, what are you doing there, pal? I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're probably chilling. Um, thank you, one concurrent viewer right now. Me? You? Hold on. I've got things set up here, perhaps. Come on. There we go. I'm going to type something in the chat here. Boop, 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 boop. Howdy. Y'all. With the smiley face. You might notice I'm in a different spot, different area of the screens. For the sake of if I need to type anything in the chat and or if there's anything that any of us need to get off our chest when it comes to this incredible game and robust and diverse community. We don't always get along. We don't always agree with each other. And sometimes there are players that just aren't nice. And I want the chats to be a safe place to be able to communicate respectfully anything that needs to be communicated. Thus, I've put my beautiful face, the hair, in front of it as best as possible in case I need to jump in to be there for anybody, support, because it's the R5 life with Leto. Oh, that's the one I'm in. I'm just farting around here now because I have been quasi playing for a long time. It's been 84 years. Feels like it, like I said, for pretty much the whole damn day to get this live stream going. I made the magic work. So now I'm just playing a little bits. And at one time, about 11:30 a.m., fucking 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago, um, there were like five, six, seven of us. You know, Saz, boom, three. I don't know how you pronounce it, but stopped in and said hi and said, "Hey, remember we fought with each other?" And I was trying to reconnect with them, but the stream was just haywire. And then our Hjorn Rhino jumped in there too and was like, "Hey, Lito, this is going on." I was like, "Oh man, at least you can hear me. Thank you. I'm trying to fix it." And I had to Google the OBS, online broadcaster software, is great. Uh, They don't have a reset to factory default, or to default settings. Nowhere. And that was frustrating me, and I couldn't find anything that like looks similar to it. I'm like, what the heck? How do I do this? I just want to reset it because I uninstalled it and reinstalled it, but it saves all the settings. That's what they recommend. It's actually kind of nice because setting all that up all over again does suck. And you just got to start a new profile. And I didn't have to reconnecting was pretty easy, or very easy. I just had to retype some things in, and I got super lazy. So the title of this stream and the description is "Hogwash Rubbish," and I hope it's going to the right place, right? Y'all on YouTube there? I might as well check in there. I hope things are going well for y'all. Server war, we're in the throes of it, in the midst of it. The pangs, if you will, of the server war, which started yesterday, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and here we are, nearly 24 hours later, and we got a whole damn 24 hours to go, right? Competition. One day, 4 hours and 11 minutes. 28 hours and 11 minutes still. Ugh. It's torture, right? Anywho, like I says to you, I hope things are going well for you. Okay, taking a break, not worrying about things. You got your auto rally card, and you're just chilling out, and you're re-upping your stamina or whatever, or you're just 24/7 or 25/8. Just 24/7 is not enough to rally. That probably sounded terrible, but that was my governor. I rally 25/8, 25 hours, 8 days a week. Yes, I'm that hardcore. Sometimes I've been trying to sleep. I do, honestly. It's not like I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay up forever. I don't mind staying up and not sleeping a lot, honestly, but it gets to the point where I'm like, holy cow, I would really love some rest right now. And I just haven't been able to get there. Doze off, 15, 20 minutes, and something happens. I hear something, I see something. I don't know. It's not like I'm tripping or anything like that, but my brain just kicks on, and I haven't been able to sleep for a little while. So, when in the land's rad, you rally for your alliance. It's what any good R5 would do. Plus, I love it. It's fun. I don't know. It is to me. Sometimes I do get tired of wandering around this map aimlessly and being like, golly, where are the boss monsters? All the bookmarks, and then I zone out and do it. And you send the rallies out, then you go do a bunch of other stuff somewhere else, because there's always something to do during these events. There's one day out of every 2 weeks that I hate more than any other day. It's Ebony Purgatory, where you are stuck in between the two event monsters, the Hydra end. Then there's the day of torture and the Emir begin. And then the next day after that, second day of Emir, Server War starts, and then you finish out the next 8 days of the 11-day event, doing as much as you can, getting as much as you can done, because there's a bunch of free goodies to get and all kinds of fun, lucrative things. Yeah. So I'll just go, go, go. It's hard rallying on that day, all day long, because you you can't even pay. Well, you could to find a level one Cerberus, man, they're nowhere on the map. Not even a level eight, per that bird. Nothing. Anyways, we're past that. We don't have to worry about it for another 12, 11, 12 days now or something. But it's waiting for me. Um, I do like to rally. I need to. It's how you get the goodies, right? It's how you get the goodies. Anyways, like I said, wandering around the map, just slaying whatever I can. Doesn't matter the level. I mean, as long as I can slay it, and as long as it's not too close to any of the other hives. Plus, visiting a lot of these nice fire spirits because they are great as far as getting as many as you can during the server wars for the sake of opening as many as possible at once. Why? Why, Lito? Why do you do that? They're silly. They're just these things. You're not going to score a bunch, for the server war scores. You could earn yourself that first, scores reward box off of fire spirits alone. Especially if you go to the enemy server because they're worth more. Here on your own server, let's see here. 1500, they're worth 2400 on the enemy server. I don't know if you knew that. Probably, but if not, now you do, and that's cool. Uh, because you're in danger territory. So I did that a little bit this morning. Not just do that, but did the what is it? The glory, moment of glory, which is so strange. It lasts for 5 days, even though the server war is only 2.5 days. Whatever. Um, but I went over there this morning, hopped around, got my spirits, got my Aries, killed, 10 bosses above 10, level 10 and above 11 times. That can be hard to find sometimes. You look, you make the bookmarks, and then you just hop because you get a 5 minute truce agreement when you go to the enemy server. So jump over there after having made your bookmarks, slay 11 real quick, jump back to your own server, put your bubble on, and rinse and repeat if you want. Or, be crazy and just sit out there like a sitting duck, tempting them to hit you to score some points and earn you more of those score rewards. As long as they don't riggedy riggedy wreck you in a massive monster rally. Massive monster rally. Enemy server. What's our enemy looking like? Yeah, they also merged. They also merged with someone else. They got a big K40 there. Oh, we got a K43 here. We got a K44 there. I'm going to K42 there. K43. A lot of K42s, threes, fours, and that's just one alliance. Um, it's an impressive number. It's intimidating, assuming they're quite powerful, right? Um, but oops, what am I doing? Come on. Oops. Hey, hold. Let's. Oh, I don't have any. Nope. This is on their server. These are the old. Right now, if I were on the enemy server, she's resting right now, buddy. What do you need? Oh, okay. All right. Sure. You guys, yeah, you got to clean everything up when you're all done. Okay, Nito, love you. I'm finally, I think, live streaming. I think it's working now. Mommy's resting, so we will be cash money. Anyways, we were talking about that. Yeah, I went over there and banged out a few of the Moment of Glory quests to get some of those little rewards. Plus, it scored me a nice 2.5 million. Is that what it was? La, 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 la. The first, Jesus Christ. I don't know what I'm doing here. Eh, yeah, 2.5 million, I think was the first one. To get yourself a good old uh ooh, you got to scroll all the way down here to see what the score rewards are. 2.25, few goodies. 5,000 gems, source of life. I like the refining stones. But every server war, if you do that, you know, real quick, bookmarking things before you jump over. Make it back within 5 minutes and rebubble right away. Get yourself the specialty fragments, the battle tested. Super helpful, not only for your flexible specialty, but now 15 of those fragments are needed to, what am I doing? To upgrade your Parthian gear to Apollo and your Imperial equipment to Asura. Yeah. Plus, they as in Ebony and the powers that be, have also increased the maximum level potential power of the battle tested flexible specialty to ungodly proportions. I haven't taken any of mine past 87 just because I don't want to spend the rune stones on it. Okay? Yeah. But it used to just be to up to 100. They keep it 100. Um, but now you can go beyond this highest quality yellow, gold to red to, I don't know, 150. I don't even know. You could find out. What is the maximum level? Promotion? Oh, so 20 levels here, and then another 20 beyond. Oh, max level attributes. Here we go. Max level 220. Woo! This happened a while ago. I don't know if you know this, but if you've ever seen this battle tested flexible specialty on another general, that's red, this is why. They have massively um, um, increased its potential. And that's level 220. If I wanted to upgrade where I am at level 81 on this, look, you go upgrade, boop. Look at what it costs as far as the rune stones. You're going to gobble that up fast just going from level 80 to level 100 to level 90, honestly, especially here in the immortal zone. Okay. Um, 220, I can't imagine how much it cost in runestones and beyond. Who knows? Once you get up there, they might add in, oh, it's going to cost you these other things too with the runestones. It's crazy. It's cool. I see those red ones out there. I'm like, ooh, that's pretty. I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm okay with that because I prioritize generals' specialties over that. Not saying that others don't at all by any means, but perhaps some specialties on other generals aren't genius leveled. Um, because once you unlock the fourth specialty, you get that flexible spot. It doesn't have to be maxed out. I don't know. I don't know what's being prioritized, but it could be cheaper to do that than the amount of gems it costs to make a gems, let alone the runestone cost, the immortal runes for that fourth specialty to genius level it, right? It's automatically level 1 green when you unlock it. To get to blue, it's 500 and 500 runestones and 4,000 gems. Then it goes to 10,000 and 1,000, then 40,000 and 3,000, no, 60,000, 3,000, then 120,000. It's up there. It's up there. I digress. Why was I talking about that? Rambling on about that flexible specialty. Okay. You know what? I actually got some points there. That's cool. Did I get um boop boop beep beep? I know I can just do that and read. I didn't unlock the next tier as far as the score rewards. Oh, how much did I even get for that level fiver? Let's look. 22.9 million. That's not bad. One Anubis treasure. Scotia. Something pretty sweet. Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping that now that we're in the the later part of this Saturday for perhaps all of us. I don't know if you're to tomorrow yet. Maybe if you are in the down under, because you are getting close to, you're in the middle of the workday. No, nighttime? Fuck, I don't know. So perhaps it's Sunday. Whoa. Talking about some places here in the chat where I used to live and work. I work for UPS. Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely. That's cool. Cool conversations. Okay. Hey, it's another level three. You know what? I'm just gonna port down there because I don't have to drive. I don't have to drive home. Boom. The sphinxes make a funny sound, like you know how the water when it all the last bit of the water when you flush the toilet. I don't know. It had to be a toilet, but like that's what it sounds like. These sphinxes gurgle when you click on them and attack. You can really hear them with the headphones, pods, AirPhones. I don't know if I can say them or not. They're AirPods. Um, I don't want to get in trouble for brand stuff. Anywho, every monster makes a funny sound, and the sphinxes I think are one of the funniest. Or it sounds like you got bubble guts. Your stomach's always gurgling and making the most noise when it's absolutely quiet and you're in public. And you're one of two things: incredibly embarrassed because it is embarrassing. Everybody thinks you're gross because you farted or something. But it's my stomach, my stomach. I swear it's rumbling. Or you're like me and you're like, yeah, so what? Yeah, I farted. So no, I didn't though. You, what are you gonna do? No one's gonna believe you, so beat them to it. Yes, I farted. You're welcome. Have a good day. Then, no one's got power over you. Takes a little while to get to that point, it's uncomfortable at first. You get some weird looks, and then you get to this place eventually where there's that other person across the room. They see you take that hit, fall on that sword, and own that gurgly stomach in an absolute quiet room of strangers, and they give you the old, yeah, that guy right there. The nod. It was that's the beauty of my mind and the Leto rabbit hole when it comes to one of the monsters and the noises they make when you click on them. Anywho, you guys don't ask mommy for anything. That was one of the rules for this weekend. You don't need anything. We give you everything. We love you. You have more than you need. You know what we need from you, and you best do it. No, you know what, dude? Okay, I love you more than anything in the whole world, but we might say you can have something, and we can take it away. That's what parents get to do, especially when y'all aren't behaving, y'all aren't listening, all right? And y'all are treating us really, really badly. Plain and simple. I don't know. This isn't news. This isn't new information, bud. Like, it's kind of been a thing. Shouldn't be surprised. Got any questions? Huh? Okay. Cool. We are in accord. You savvy? Okay. Boop, 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 boop. I don't need to click all those, but I like to. It's fun. Ooh, what do I get here? Well, I know what I get, but I just like to look at it. Hey! A legend just stepped into the chat, Juno Buno. The legend of Mark Little, 5628. Mark Little, 5628. Aha, aha. Hey, yeah. I'm doing. I'm finally doing great. Oh, I don't know if I need to type this in there, but I like to type and talk. I'm doing great! Exclamation. How about you? Question mark. Dude, it is so awesome to have you in here. Sweet pain. Sweet pain. It has been not so sweet pain today, though. Uh, that's funny. Instead of saying how I'm doing great, I said I dong great. That is not a euphemism. I just misspelled it and I left the I out. Okay. I've got a, it was a hell of a time setting up this live stream to get it going, to get things smooth. Every now and then with this software, it just stops working. None of the settings are changed. I have done nothing to it whatsoever. It's just that something doesn't work and I got to kind of start over with it. I should know better by now. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Really means a lot. I don't know what to do with such amazing compliments and good words, but it makes me feel incredible. Thank you, Mark Little, Liddle 5624. Sorry, 5628. Man, says loves the videos. I love making them. They're a ton of fun. Uh, I don't know what's wrong with me because I could seriously go on and on and on. There's just so much. It's so in depth and it's so neat to kind of wrestle with it and go down these rabbit holes. And man, I was just so glad to share it with anyone and everyone, especially you. Especially you. Um, it's really neat and it's really special. And it makes me feel like $1 billion that it's something that I'm doing, we're doing together. Somebody loves it. I I'm truly humbled for realsies. Yeah, you ever have imposter syndrome? I've had that my entire life, especially when I was a teacher. Um, I'm like, what am I doing here? What am I? I'm, am I? There's no way I'm qualified to do this. There's no way. Nobody's going to listen to me. I don't know anything. Yeah, I've gone to school and I've got these degrees and I've done all these things and I suppose I have a few talents and I don't know, a little bit of charisma, riz, as the young people say. Um, but I shouldn't be teaching these people. No, I want to, and I love to, and I love getting involved and experiencing humanity, offering anything and anything I can, and learning from others, supporting one another. Um, so it kind of feels like that sometimes, Mark. Like, please keep telling me that you love videos. Keep coming back, watching them, comment everything. It's like it's magical for me, seriously. And then there's this huge part of me inside my mind where I'm like, there's no way, no way. I this guy. There's no way somebody out there actually thinks this is good and loves it. And 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 that's actually kind of a dick move too. I shouldn't be that way because then I'm discounting you, and I shouldn't do that because you're amazing, so more amazing than me that you love them. That's huge. Okay, I better believe that because what is that? I better put some respect on that because which your opinion has some weight to it. Sweet pain. So thank you. That was a very, very long, um, drawn out. I appreciate you, and it means a lot that you take the time to comment and share the love. It is awesome. Thank you. Last thank you right here. Thank you. Okay, so yesterday I did a stream and uh, there were a few people in and out, and perhaps someone else that was in the stream for the long haul um, with me, according to the numbers. And I was going over things here in the newest update in this event, Mother's Day 2026. And I wanted to jump into more of it um, with this live stream and do a couple of things with some things. And I want to do some Revelation of Maya farting around or extra runs. I scored the highest I've ever scored uh, this time, and I beat all my other scores the last time. And I made a video of how to get a high score because I love the Revelation of Maya minigame. It's super fun to me because of how random and how random it is, and just to see what you can get, because there are times when you're just waiting on stuff in here, right? And the Revelation of Maya is much more rewarding and enjoyable for me than Poseidon's Day, although I like Poseidon's Day enough to do it for the sake of scoring in the top 10 to get those goodies. Okay, I need all the covenant stones I can get. Plus, it's a solid way of getting some extra glory golden twigs and merit jades, which I need 21 more, or I want 21 more to to take this ruling Senate ranged troop to level 15. I only need it to be level 14 to upgrade the title, but I need 8,000 of these glory and golden twigs. That's what takes a long time. But I don't like leaving it at 14 because that's one below the next tier of extra buffs from leveling up your position levels in the Senate. You bet your bottom dollar I want range troop and siege machine attack plus 4%. Okay, and not just another 56% of defending range troop defense. I want the full meal deal. So I'll always go to that next one if I can, or I'll save up for it. And I don't like leaving things on a weird number. You know what I mean? It's either got to be a 5 or a 0 or a 13. You know, 23, 33, or a 5 or a 0. That's what I want to end it on. Yeah. Or 69. Yeah. So immature. Okay. But you get an extra buff at those things. So I go for it. Okay. What am I doing? If at any time you've got a question about anything that I've gone over, that we've done together already, that you have noticed and or tried, please put it in the chat. Please ask. Please tell me if you've noticed something, so we can look at it together. But I am going to kind of jump into, let's see here. What was it? What was? Oh, I want to jump into something that was in an update, not last time. I think it was 5.23.1. Or it could have been 5.20, 24.0. It's neither here nor there, but it's really cool. Really, really cool. Um, and it's convenient. It's a wonderful tool to help us as as ever strengthening monarchs. All right. Who is this king that's returning, by the way? Ebony TKR, it's the R5 Life with Leto. I'm Leto the second, R5 of the Landsrad. Muad'Dib on server 1834. In Ebony, the King's Return. The King's Return. Yes, we are all monarchs, but who in the ding dang stink is this king? Anyways, in a number of videos I've always talked about, and I've highlighted most recently in Moshin's video, checking your generals to make sure that they are compatible, right? You want to pair them up here and make sure that everything is in good living color. Okay? That none of the skill books, none of the main skills, oh, yeah, uh, uh, are conflicting and or canceling things out, thus making you much weaker than you think you are, and basically, uh, um, you know, putting yourself at a disadvantage. Yes, you can do this here and it's just dandy, but the thing is, you have to have these skill books on your generals, you know? And sometimes that can suck because if you put them on the generals the way you want them and then pair them together and you see that they're not compatible, you're like, dang it, I used those skill books. I don't have any more. Ebony has since very recently given us, the player, the monarch, the returning king, queen, uh, a um, a place to check compatibility, bereft, free of any penalties, and it's awesome. Mark, sweet pain. When you're done upgrades, I forgot to say change your sub to your. Oh yes, yes, yes. Um, talking about like your main subsidy, right? Your default subsidy. I know that I know some players that will leave their subsidies that they're in already and go occupy you know Europe subsidies around the map to get as many of the construction speed buffs as they can. Uh, or of course you can just not decorate, change your culture to if you have your culture on anything else at any other time, you can switch to Europe um, when you do construction because that will make your default subsidy Europe. And when that happens, you get a nice epic city construction speed buff right there, 15%. And you can interchange it. It's going to cost you 2,000 gems, but is that what you're talking about, Mark Little? Your default one or all the Europe cities when you want to do those upgrades to get as many of them as possible? Because you know, absolutely. Mine are always on. I always have Europe as far as the culture because of the stone production is incredibly helpful in these upper keep levels. There's the highest cost as far as resources go when you're upgrading buildings. And what the mounted troop attack buff that you get, plus a construction buff. So my default here, yes, I've got 15 and one of the first epic subsidies that I went after. Cool, right on. Just changing on the main. Thank you, Mark Little. That's a great uh, um, piece of advice and veteran move that Mark Little Sweet Pain has given us as far as adding that extra oomph to your construction speed buffs. Your default subsidy will change with the culture of your keep, and when it's time to construct, they must Europe get your European subsidy. 15% for that epic. So you'd have to increase your you'd have to upgrade it yourself, in your keep. Or if you get your hands on epics, you can always add to it. Awesome. Heck yes. Yes. Okay. So check this out. You might have You might have seen this in an announcement if you happen to read them like I do. If you didn't, not long ago there was a mail at one of the new updates that said introducing, an arena where you can pair generals together with skill books to see if they're compatible. That's a horrible paraphrase of what it actually said, but it was something that I have espoused for a long time, and I know many monarchs have. Check your skill books, check your skill. Are your generals compatible? And it wasn't really the clearest on where that was. It's in the tavern, and it's in this portraits. I like going to the portraits anyway because you can see all of the different generals that have been available or are available in the game. It's cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that um, James Conrad was in this, you know? James Conrad from fucking King Kong, like old school King Kong, right? Let's see here. I've never seen Kleos. I've never like, well, I hear about this Kleos, but what does he actually look like? You can go do that. You can see their skins. Oh man, it's cool. You can go have fun in this extra menu. Anywho, um, I wanted to show James Conrad now. Ah, whatever. Um, when you click on the portraits, we have a new option: General Simulation. Okay, you go to General Simulation, and we are given this arena, this board, where you can pick any general. All right, you can do pre-planning. Let's say you've got an idea for who you want as your assistant general when you go get this new glory summons general. And beforehand, you can see what it's going to look like to pair them up. Okay, so shit. Let's pick Hokubing. All right, and an assistant general, Richard the Lionheart. When you pair them up here, you'll see their main skills. Okay, and they will either be in color or gray, depending on whether or not they can be paired together and have everything working. Okay, and they even let us. This is so cool. They even let us equip skill books on. I don't know why you would want to do level threes, anything below level fours. I'm sure there's a reason why. I'm not going to go into that, but you can put whatever you want in these slots. Okay, to test whether or not, come on, whether or not these setups will work for you. So, oh no! See that? I am not getting ground troop speed because this is the same as the main general skill ground troop speed. Here, reduces marching time by 20%. That's a speed, marching speed, buff, I guess. This here, level 4 ground troop speed. Oh no, this here. This skill book is canceling out. Well, they're the same. But you get the idea here, okay? You get the idea. Go check it out. It's really fun, honestly, and it's incredibly helpful. And I'd like to think that they got the idea from watching our videos that we do. Because the buzz is happening. You don't have to go in here and actually use the skill books now. You can test it out here in the tavern. Recruit, portraits, general simulation, and go to town. You can select any two generals and equip skill books to run a simulation. And then there's a little bit information there. So that is a newer update. We can say it's part of the version 5.25.1. Point one. Yes, 5.25.1. So I wanted to touch on that. It popped in my head, and I didn't want to lose track of that. Share those incredible useful tools that have been introduced. I'm going to go do some speed up usage on my subcities here sometime eventually. I've done all the feeding I can today on Radiant Worm to finally get them up to level 6 earlier today. Welcome, my friends. Those of you here, Ebony TKR, it's the R5 Life with Leto. I'm Leto the second. Okay. Wow, it's so quiet in here. Next thing. All right. Next thing. Voyage, Dwarf's Treasure. We talked about that. War Medal, Treasure Hunt, almost got that. Lucky Composing. Okay. Anyone, one of the, I think, most lucrative events that we see all the time. Lucrative meaning it's very possible to gain a significant amount of wealth or advantage It's an opportunity you don't want to miss. It's lucrative, okay? Like take the opportunity to get as much as you can from it. This lucky composing, you get a number of these gift cards from slaying all day. Okay, 20, 28, 28. What would I say? 25, 28, 20, 25, 8. Mark's asking me about getting involved in SVS. No, I'm not. Not this week. I haven't since we merged servers. Um, I haven't really wanted to. Some of the matchups have been unfavorable significantly for us as far as the potential losses can go. And I've been so close, Mark, to some big, things like stables level 40 that I didn't want to take any chances of, you know just totally getting wrecked by some very, very powerful keeps and setting me back when I was so close to these big milestones. So just been chilling, and it's been kind of nice not worrying about it. Although just before you got on this live stream, uh, 10, 20 minutes this morning, early this morning, I did jump to the other server to take care of some of the Moment of Glory quests and score that first treasure box as far as the Monarch rewards go. Thank you for asking. Not this week. I'm gonna come in there soon and really show, the server what I got. Uh-huh. I'm not trying to impress anyone, but I certainly don't want to screw up our scores by making a massive blunder. So I'd rather stay out of it anyways and just rally for the good of the Landsrat and help our alliance get stronger. Okay. What I like to do whenever the lucky composing comes up, and I'm always curious if, since we're constantly getting new features in this game. Um, I'm always looking to see, have they added anything more to our lucky boxes? Well, normally you can, click the boxes and see what's in them. Here, excuse me, you've got to make them. And I like to make each one of them once. Be careful not to do it all. Here we go, compose one. So that's lucky box number one. Number one. I changed the first one here, so three different combinations. There's a two, a one, a two, a three. Compose one, and then what are we gonna get? Red three, a one, a two, a three. Um, compose one here. Okay. Now we're back at one. So change that one now. We're up to seven. So I'll go through here. I make one of each. That's a one again. So let's go here and there. Niner. So, or a 10. Some of us perhaps are like, I'm gonna make all level 10s, right? Because 10's the highest number, therefore it's got to be the best, right? I don't know if you have. I highly recommend you look into each of these boxes to see which one is actually most valuable. If we were to go strictly off, here's number four. Uh-oh. If you were to go strictly off of the rarity of the gift cards, the higher numbers would be better because red red gift cards, purple and orange gift cards don't come as often as the green and blue. Okay? So, we did a niner, here's a 7. Did we do a 7? All right, got to look now. Do, 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 do. Bear with me here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. We did a 7. I'm glad I checked. And we did a 10. Okay, so let's get the red here again. Boom. We got a 1. We got a 7. We need a 6, right? I don't want to check again. I'm pretty sure we do. If we did 2 6s, it's not going to be bad. 5, 4, 6, 7, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5. We need an 8 and a 9. 5, 8, and 9. 5, 8, and 9er. sometimes I'm like, oh man, what are the combinations again? And I keep going over the same ones. It's like, God, there's only so many. There's an eight. Eh. We got a three. There's a five, five, eight, and we need a nine now. A nine, right? Okay. I've not bothered to remember the exact combination of each. There we go. Sometimes it takes some messing around. Hang in there. It's worth it. Believe me. Okay. So way back when, and forgive me, I don't remember the name of the monarch, the user, the awesome human being that was hanging out with me a little bit with us in some of the previous live streams that asked about uh, good ways to maintain your stamina or add to your stamina banks, you know, your inventory, if you will. And my one of the areas that I regularly get the most stamina from are from the witch's gifts and the wishing coins, the five wishing coins. They give a fair amount of 100 worth stamina. But whenever the lucky composing comes around, it's a great time to try and stock up on a lot of stamina. But you've got to create, craft, compose the right lucky box. If you're always going for the highest number, you might not be getting what you want. So create them, check them. Detail. Are they add anything new? Doesn't look like they've added any new items yet. Okay. But the items in here vary greatly, differ greatly, and you might want to get something else. Uh, some of them aren't that, you know, meaningful to me, but I prioritize the boxes that have Monarch experience books in them always. Yes, there might be some other items in the other boxes that I want, but if they don't have Monarch experience, I don't want them. Because until I'm to Monarch level 50, I'm always going to go for Monarch experience free in something like, you know, random boxes, if you will. So, lucky box number one is a great one because of the Monarch experience and these 10-minute speed ups for construction. Huge. And if you create 500 of these, because over the course of these 11 days, you're just banking up the coupons to make these level ones, open them at the end of the event, and you're gonna fill your inventory with these construction speed ups and a lot of Monarch XP because you'll get a better percentage of 3 items per box when you open them all at once. Cool. Plus, you know, these 200 gems can really add up too. And you know what? Material chests go on and on. Level one box is really good. All right, what's in level two? Level two. Hey, check it out. Chips, baby. 500 chips in increments of five. That's 2,500 chips potentially that you can get a Triceratops Jurassic Park poop pile ton of. Um, by creating as many lucky box number twos. These number level ones and twos, they're easier to make because they'll use more of the greens and blues, okay, to create. That's awesome. Hey, you can get gold in this one. The research speedups are great, and check it out. Six more 5,000 Monarch XP. I mean, this is so valuable, these Monarch experience books, incredibly valuable. And then if you want to prioritize, I need to get into the Wheel of Fortune and spin a whole bunch because I need to get, you know, the Raged King. I don't have him yet. Whatever. And you can get a whole bunch of more stamina in there. Lucky box number two is a phenomenal one. Okay. Researching is awesome. Gold is awesome. Chips are awesome. And Monarch XP is awesome. Lucky box number two. And what's inside Lucky box three? This is the one that I always do first and foremost as many as I can. Lucky Box 3 is you can make a lot of them, but it does require a red coupon. So the rarest, if you will, of coupons here. Why? Because or for mounted troops. Okay, this crafting speed up, throw away. Don't need that. Okay, refining stones. Exactly. Isn't it so awesome? Using those chips, Mark's saying, Loves the chips and the Wheel of Fortune. Favorite thing to do after relic opening is yeah, I love it too. Just spin it. I'm just always like, there's so many cool things in there. I had no idea. I get that that banner that flashes across the top of the screen, and I'm like, what? I had no idea you could win that in the Wheel of Fortune. I got to try that. Um, so yeah, go get those chips, baby. Refining, refining, refining. Everything revolves around refining. Okay? You'll never reach your maximum potential until your refinements are as good as they can be. Who knows when they'll ever be perfect, but having them all one thing at one level, gold, epic, is the dream. And boy, is it expensive in gems, of course, yes, tons of gold, especially refining stones. Just you'll see that if you may have 100 million on it, and you'll see that just plummet, deplete, be gone like that once you start refining your civilization equipment and other things. Okay, so I do this. It's a great way to stock up on refining stones, plus the ore, and then of course Monarch experience. And there's also the 200 gems in here. Really good. My favorite box, lucky box number 3. Once I craft all lucky box number 3s, okay, I'm left over with whatever coupon, whatever gift cards I have. I forget what they actually are. Pretty certain what the colors are, but I'm fairly certain that it's lucky box number 4 that I will make the most of next because of the combination of the gift cards. Okay, so what's in lucky box number 4? Drum roll. Stamina. Now, you can prioritize this one, of course, because you want stamina. You want as much stamina as you had. And 50 stamina chunks are pretty cool, pretty good. Yeah, they're not 100s, I know. But 50 is better than 100 in this situation, in my humble opinion. Why? Because, check it out, 18 1 hour speed up for construction. Hey, yeah, you want that. You never want to run out of construction speed ups. You don't. You will, but you don't want to. And if you can get a whole bunch of those with a whole bunch of 50 stamina, whenever the lucky composing comes around, here's your great free stamina source. As much as you can get. 1 hour attack increase, yeah, 10%. I'll take it. Always have it rolling. Okay. We like resources. That's a lot of gold too. Sorry, Gleekin. All right. 17 times 50. What's 10 times 50K? 500,000. And then you add another. So 700,000, I don't know, 750,000 or so gold. Pretty dang good. And that's in one go. And then your Monarch XP, not 6 like the other ones, okay, 4, but irregardless, not a word by the way, getting 20,000 Monarch experience and potentially getting hundreds of those, these are one of the best ways to level up your Monarch. These lucky boxes. Mark's getting in here. Hey, I've converted somebody. Mark, it's awesome to hear. Spread the good news. I love it. I'm so encouraged that you're going to roll with this. Mark's going to go with going for box number 4. It's looking good. Box number 4 is second best. I need refining stones, so I will always go for that. But I know the next one I can make more of, the most of, will be 4, and it's awesome to get all this stamina and construction speed buffs. Yup. All right. Plus gold. Okay, cool. Lucky. So far, I love a 3 and 4. 4, I'm going to jump up to 9 now, okay, to show you the difference. I'm really preaching and pushing the 50 stamina with the Monarch experience here in box number 4. All right, be careful because you might be tempted by box number 9. No, 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 no. Wait, yeah, box number 9. Ooh, look at that. Lucky box number 9 has 100 stamina. That's the bee's knees, right? Yes, you could potentially be more stamina in this box. 60-minute speed ups, 22 of them, that's awesome too. Advanced City Teleporter, if you're in the Wheel of Fortune a lot, you're going to be raking those in quite a bit, and They come in a lot of different ways. I've stopped keeping track. Food and stones. Yeah, cool. 3 million of each. That's great. I like it. Thank you. Where you going? Okay, have fun. I love you guys. But this is the real. I love you, baby. Have fun. Be good. This is the real stinker about box number nine. Okay, this is what makes this box worthless to me, and I'd never go for the 100 stamina. General experience books. The monarch experience is so much more valuable than general experience because we level up our generals in different ways. You will get general experience way more from just rallying monsters everywhere. You'll get enough to score on the tiered monarch, and that's really the only thing that general experience books are good for now, in my humble opinion. Okay, because you got a friendly, person out there on the server somewhere that's going to let you attack their epic city to level up your generals. So I recommend staying away from any and all of these boxes that have general experience in them, unless you absolutely are gung ho, die hard for the 100 stamina. Hey, I support you, but I'm going to be a little bit like, I don't know. Believe me, you want to go for the Monarch XP. So I'd stick with number four, okay? Because 50 is just as good. You get a ton of them and you get the Monarch XP. Let's see what's in number five. This one is great for Monarch XP and some more speed ups and research speed ups. An hour, chunk of hours research speed ups. That's good stuff. Other than that, um, nothing too appealing here. Okay, there are two more in this box number five than there were in four, but like I said, I like box number three, and that's also got six. Okay, plus gems, plus refining stones, plus ore. I'm not going to go back in. You know now. You know now. You are the master, of your destiny. And you're gonna see what you like yourself. Let's see what's in number six. Number six. This is a really good one too. All right. They mix in the general experience with the monarch experience here. Look at that. 2,000. Wait, that's not 5,000 Lito, but whoa. 6 times 5 is 30, right? So you're getting 30,000 monarch XP in the other boxes that we've seen. Okay? Monarch experience in gold one. Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of gold, right? And the monarch experience is huge. Okay. This is 18 of 2,000. Ooh, 18's more, but what's 18 times 2? 36. Okay. So you're getting 36,000 here of Monarch XP as opposed to 30,000 in the other one. So 6,000 more Monarch XP starting in box number six. Pretty darn good. Okay, if you need a lot of food, go for it. This is really what's up here. An hour speed up for construction. These senior resource chests, when you open those at 100,000 a time, that is huge. But here we're getting into the general experience territory. So weigh your options. What do you need most out of this, if anything? I usually never do number sixes except for this one. Oh, it looks like I did two though. That's cool. Number seven. Number seven is what I will have left to open after I build number threes and number fours. All of the remaining gift cards that I have will only be able to create the most number sevens because I create the most of ones I can get. Okay. And lucky box number seven is good for getting a, a lot of city teleporters and these research speed ups. Okay, the rest of it, two chunks of general XP. But thank you for helping me on tiered Monarch Day. Okay, so that's cool too. And I'll take these any time of the day. But hey, research costs a stinking lot, so that's helpful. Seven. Okay, number eight. We're getting into the Wheel of Fortune chips again. Okay, that's a lot of speed ups. That's a lot of chips. 500, 2,500. That's the same as the other one, though. Okay, 2,500 here, 2,500 there. Construction. The lucky box number eight, I think, is a bust. I don't think there's anything really special about it. Maybe a little bit more of each of these things, but you can get these plus better stuff in other boxes. So, lucky box number eight, unless that's your favorite number, I say stay away. All right, stay away, stay away, stay away. I didn't say Okay. Number niner, we just looked at that. It's a really good box, but it's missing Monarch XP. So, hey, I'm telling you, and Mark Little's backing me up here. Sweet Pains got my back, and we approve this message. Monarch experience is so important. It's so valuable above everything else except for refining stones, perhaps, in my book, that uh, you got to go for it. And then finally, box number 10. What's behind door number 10? Boom, boom. It will give you potentially the most gold possible, 2 million. All right. You can have an unlimited amount of 24-hour truce agreements, which is helpful, you know, to go in and out whenever you want. That's a lot of speed ups. This is a lot of lumber and ore, 3 million a pop. Okay. Wait, yeah, 3 million a pop. And you can potentially get hundreds of those. You get billion. I mean, you can make a lot in the resources on these in this one. But look at that. The one thing that keeps me away from this box like the plague is this monarch, or this general experience. If this was monarch experience, I might very well get this one every time. And I used to. Why? Because 10's the highest number, therefore it's got to be the best, right? Depends on the need, depends on what's most valuable as you increase your keep level and your monarch level. Okay? Monarch experience, refining stones, and construction speed ups. Number three, for me. Okay? Crafting, but ore, refining stone, gems, and monarch XP. Okay? Then number four, and it sounds like Mark Little, Sweet Pain is going to be rocking the Lucky Box 4 for a while too because of the stamina construction. Gold and Monarch XP. Huge! I want to see your Monarch levels go up 2 or 3 levels now that you have been, now that you know what's in each of these, and you put your plan, your master plan into the Woiks. All right. So I plan on doing a lot more slaying over these next 10 days and, getting around 800, 900 or more of each of these and getting as many of these level 3 and 4 boxes as possible. My friend, way back when, I don't remember your name. I'm so sorry. You asked about stamina, where good places are, how to, a good valuable way of maintaining your stamina reserves, the lucky composition, these gift cards in various colors. Box number 4, because it's Monarch XP, okay? Or box number 9, because you really want the 100, but the Monarch XP is far more valuable than the general there, okay? And I'm going to tell you, box number 4 is so good, okay, that this is how you create it. Orange, purple, and green. Orange, purple, and green. If you're looking for stamina, box number 4, orange, purple, and green. I'm not going to tell you what number 9 is, okay? Because you don't want that. You want 4. Orange, purple, and green. All right? Okay, cool. This has been Lucky Box Composition with Lito and Sweet Pain, Mark Little. Thanks for chiming in there. I'm super, super glad that there was something beneficial for you there, and it's going to meet some needs, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So what's going on right now? Oh, hey, expedition income. I love this. Every 12 hours, you're cashing in on these things. I believe your rewards get better as as you get further in this expedition mini game. All right. There's some awesome shit that comes your way. It's not always the same. Merit jades happen often. Anyways, work on getting as far as you can in the expedition because the higher you go, the better the expedition income. I think. But this is a great way to make a whole lot of stuff. But boy, does it get challenging. Okay, cool. Yes, thank you, Mark Little there. Commenting that 4s are easier than 9s because they don't require a red gift card. All right, you're going to get far less of those than the orange, blue, and green, right? For number 4. So that's even more of a selling point, right? You got to hear, you heard it here first. The dynamic duo, Sweet Pain and Lito the second, are coming at you with box number 4. It's the best. And just, we're going to let the rest rest. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. It is quiet here in the keep. I need to look around to see what's going on. It's been a day. I don't have any boxes to open. Oh, you know what? I probably have some. Oh, no, just one. It seems like I've been away forever, but only one of them has been made. Once you get to, once you start crafting level 4 materials in your research factory, it's 6 hours for each one of them. You think a lot of time has passed, but you go look in there, it's like, holy crap, I haven't even made one of them yet. Um, but keep up on it because if you fall asleep and you forget to do that, it could be empty for a while. And you never want that to stop producing. You never want it to stop not that one. You never want it to stop producing. Okay, here we go. Version 5.25.1. Mother's Day event 2026. Hey, we see the golden tree rewards all the time, right? Right? You know about this one, right? It's great. You're always guaranteed a whole bunch of gold, but I highly recommend you do things the Leto way, perhaps, and you wait until you get 10 of the golden bow, 10 of them. Why? Because you're going to have the best chance possible of scoring more, all right? Let's see here. 10 has is giving you a higher percentage chance of getting these goodies with the shoving of the tree. Okay. Instead of the 49.9% chance of getting nothing. So 1 out of 2 chances of using, one token is going to get you nothing. But gold is great. But you do all 10, potentially, you're going to get at least 5 of these particular items, right? Because it's a 50-50 chance. If the RNG stays true, you're going to get perhaps almost guaranteed far more when you open 10 or you shake the trunk with 10. You got to wait 2 days. I know that red dot's going to be looking at you for a whole day. It sucks, but it's worth it. There's something about this that I thought was a glitch that I was like, I found a trick and it's glitching, but it's actually a thing about this event. You may or may not know about it, but I think it might be an update and or a new addition to the Golden Bough, the Golden Tree Rewards. This here, right? This is a little selected reward. Okay. Now it's a guarantee if you hit the trunk, water, pest control, or shake it 100 times, you are going to be guaranteed whatever you select in this slot, right? Of course, like a lot of events, once you do it so many times, you're guaranteed something. You can only get there, of course, if you buy some of the packages. You can only ever maximum amount uh, uh, hit this tree 70 times, okay? Because it lasts for 14 days and you get 5 a day, okay? Do the math. So you are always going to be, if you don't spend any money on this, 5 shakes below this nice little package here. Okay, but hey, you're going to get this one, and you're going to get this one guaranteed. And those are really, really good as long as you're getting your 5 golden, bow coins each day. All right, but have you ever received this selected gift, the one at 100, before you even got to 50? I have twice, thrice even. And I was like, what happened? Something glitched. I benefited from it. I really needed those 1,000 tactic scrolls. Yes, I knew the trick. And my trick stopped working. And what I thought it was, you know, the next time I went in, I clicked on something else and exited, and then I shook it, and who knows? But you probably already knew this, and I am just a dingus. And I read these things, but I swear it's probably new. Refining stones for me too. Refining stones are life. Thank you. Refining stones. Um, Check it out. Let's see here. You choose your desired gift. You're guaranteed to win gold every time. Check this out. Spend, earn, use. Come on. All right. The optional rare item, the item that you choose for this, and Mark, you're telling me here, 6,000 refined stones is awesome. Yes, I need tactic scrolls like there's no tomorrow, just like I need refining stones, but refining stones I get in other areas because tactic scrolls are so rare outside of pans and emirs, and those are the higher level ones. But yes, absolutely. Refines, refines, refines. You have a point, something or other. Why do I keep clicking that? You have a 0.1% chance to score that sweet extra reward. And that's awesome. And that's another reason why doing them 10 at a time is good. You can even hold on to them for the whole 14 days and do, your 10 at a time all on the last day. I don't know if that's going to really add a bunch more chances or give you better odds. Um, Math wise, it should, but anywho, you could win that selected prize without paying for anything. All right. I've never purchased anything for this. Um, there are really good rewards in it, but here, $10 for 5 more coins. Is it really worth it? Is there anything in this particular package or in this particular event that you're like, I want that, I'm going for it. It's worth it as far as the extra cheds I spend on it. I don't know because I have never gone past this 100 mark and I can't see what's in that last selected box until I get here or win this. And the last time I did win it, I was a silly goose and I didn't check here. I missed my opportunity. Does anybody know what the potential final limited gift is? I don't know. I'm sure I could find it online somewhere. But let's look at these milestone rewards. Good stuff. A lot of resources, a lot of gold. All right. It's cool. You got a better the reward, potential rewards here are better, but it's nice to have milestone guarantees. Anywho, that's cool. I think it's new. Scoring that beforehand. But yeah, the mystery. I want to know what's in there. Cool. Golden Bow rewards. All right, all right. There's something else here. Solace Night's Vigil. This was something that they were talking about. It is there are two new monarch images. Okay, we've got the Vigil Squire, a devout Vigil Squire whose prayer with long sword in hand embodies the spirit of the night of a night. Use it to read Vigil Squire monarch image. Interesting. He's praying over a sword. May I smite, slice and dice my enemies cleanly and sacredly. In the name of the Landsrat, hiya! And the Vigil Lady, a holy Vigil Lady, whose sacred verses bless and protect young warriors sent forth. I wonder what those are. Use it to receive the Vigil Lady Monarch image. Oh no! Oh no! Am I coming through okay still? It looks like it. I got an error on uh, my YouTube live control panel, but all of my numbers are looking good. Hope we're still grooving together. Let's see here. Uh, how's the feed going? I just got an error. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, good. Thank you. It's all good. Right on. Sometimes the little YouTube control panel malfunctions, and I like it because it's nice. The numbers change based on views, chats, and concurrent viewers. No, I know. I want like, oh yeah, I'm that's special. All these people. I like to see who the concurrent viewers are, so I can recognize. I know not everybody wants to get involved in the chats, which is fine. It's nice to say hi, whatever. But you don't have to. But if I see you, that number grow, I see you, and I don't know what to do with my hands. You're awesome, and I love you. Peace. All right, that's at the end. But uh, oh, it's back. It's excellent. Okay, cool. Knight's Vigil. Two new Monarch things. If you're into cool Monarch, images, go for it. All right. Do you want to bless the knights that go forth with your sacred verses? I love these stories. They're so humorous to me. I would love to know her sacred verses. Okay. I need to grow up. All right, that's usual. We talked about the decoration pack last time. There's a march in there. It's going to pair up with something, some ways. Hanseatic. Oh my gosh. I had 40 of these trade tickets, these vouchers from the last event that I forgot to use. Kicking myself. That could have been so many one days. Anyways, it's okay. It's behind me. Super value. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I noticed in here because they add things to these packages often and they don't always make it clear. You got to kind of dig deep. An avatar fragment chest. Interesting. You need 30 of these fragments to make these avatars, and I see these avatars in a lot of spaces. Does that mean, uh-oh, I'm dropping rates now. 20 bucks for one, you triple couponing that 4 times, that's 12, and you need 30 of them, and you've spent 60 bucks. I don't know, it's just an interesting thing to me how important and or worth, we all have our thing, how much you want to get the Pyrrhus or the crack shot here. All right. That's the $20 one. 30 fragments. If you get the Splendid attire, are you guaranteed? Yeah, you're just given the one. So seems like a better deal. If you want this, go triple that one and give a couple of avatars away or something, okay? Probably preaching to the choir, but anyways, did they change? I always check this one. Did they change anything? This officer chest. No, okay, same officers. It's good. Did they change anything in here? Percentages are still the same. The supremacy scroll fragments, not high enough. If this was 20 and those were 18, I think this would be more valuable here. But you're getting a historic general premium tickets, please, is more valuable, I think, than these other items when they have a higher chance of coming than the supremacy scrolls, in my honest opinion. Plus, the general lottery having a 15% chance of getting an officer that's far beyond better than any of the tavern officers. This is a no-brainer, in my humble opinion. Okay, so yeah, you can take that to the bank. Plus, all these days, whoo, you get a lot back. It's one of the best deals in the game. All right, this one's fun. Legend Maker, Champion's Affection, Dragon Feeding Pack. We talked about the Wheel of Time in the yesterday's stream. They've redone it. It's fairly new. Adding the skin on the wheel, actually, and then having a random assortment of goodies within these boxes. Okay, uncommon, uncommon, two different uncommons, three different uncommons, and there's certainly four different. Oh, this is an uncommon random time treasure. Then man, to get one of those is pretty ding dang amazing. I would love to get that skin. Um, quests. When I talked about it, I said there's no guarantee when it comes to some of this stuff. Uh, there's no guarantee, but let's see here. For every 10 draws, you receive one lucky draw. It has a higher chance of granting grand prizes. Well, what's a grand prize? Grand prizes. Hmm. What's a grand prize? That's a random time. Is that a grand or an ultimate? A random time. What's a grand prize? You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's a little vague, but you have a higher chance on that lucky one. Do-do-do-do-boop. Uncommon, rare, legendary, epic, normal draw. Rare, uncommon. There is a lot as far as the variety of rewards in this particular event, and the percentages are very low across the board. but they are very good prizes, all things considered. Okay, some of this is the only way to get some of these things. Hey, and even for free, because you get a one free roll a day, you have a chance of getting a skin Thor's Judgment or a massive amount of Ashen Time. Okay, but I think they did something different here. You always got more of a chance as you progressed on this scale with this event, but they changed it to where every 10 gets you that extra lucky draw, which is better. Here, golden clocks and Ashen Time will be automatically cleared after the event ends. No, that's not it. Sorry. Okay, so there's still no guarantees as far as like spin it this many times and get that reward. You have to get lucky to get enough Ashen Time to redeem the best stuff in here. All right, but you are guaranteed an extra super lucky spin after every 10. That is new because in the Wheel of Time events previously, every 10 spins, the scale would progress. The scale had blue, purple, and orange. Right? I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's nerdy. It's the stuff that I retain, but to me, it does show that this is a better version of the Wheel of Time. So see how this says 10. Draw 10 times and get one extra lucky draw. Well, green, blue, purple, orange, right? That's the scale of the value of items, right? Excellent, uncommon, excellent, legendary, epic. So I want to consider that. Previously, every 10 draws, your chance to get your chance from going from uncommon to excellent increased. All right. And then you do another 10, boom, your chance to get, roll, or receive legendary one increases. So there was a progressive scale at each 10 up to 40. And then once you hit that 40, you start over again. Does that make sense? You have to spend a whole bunch to get the best odds of getting the best things, which are still low. And then once you pass that, you start at the bottom again. Okay, so this 30,000 Ashen Time, which you have to nail a bunch of to redeem these extremely awesome things in here, uh, is I don't ever see getting it unless you spend thousands of dollars in this particular event. Okay, which you do you, and there's good stuff, and it might even be worth it. Anywho, this is better because every 10 draws, you are guaranteed one extra lucky draw. And look at this. This is the guarantee now. All right. Instead of spending 40 bucks potentially to get those 40 draws, just to get up to the best chance of the 40 draws. You know what I'm saying? Um, every 10 gives you this lucky draw here. Okay. You roll 10, and then you're going to get an extra roll after that. And your percentages for these extremely rare, valuable, one of a kind items only found here skyrocket. Honestly, the Thor's Judgment, which has the lowest percentage, goes from 0.001, from 0.01, yeah, from 0.01% chance to 0.02% chance. That's a significant amount, honestly, when you consider how rare it is to get outside of the lucky draw. This is what's even better, okay? The Lorenzo skin, 0.15%. These are small numbers. They're painful and they're awful and they're torturous. And I'm making lemonade out of lemons here, honestly. But every 10 spins, like I said, your chance to get that skin goes from 0.01 to 0.15. That is huge. A huge opportunity to win something outside of the Ashen Time. And then the Ashen Time times 30,000, damn near a quarter of 1%. And that was 0.01%. So you see what I'm saying? Before you'd have to spin it 40 times to have that extra percentage chance to get that best item. Here, you're getting it every 10. This is this is far more valuable as far as the potential of your return on your investment here. And then plus this random time prize, all right, and these legendary random time prize uncommon, really good or epic. Okay, it says uncommon here, but these are epic. Whatever. These are required for some fame quests and for unlocking some emblems and stuff. So, anyways, I went at length on top of what we did yesterday. This is an awesome item or an awesome event. It might be one that you want to put all your money into, considering how much you need to get in order to redeem stuff. So I rest my case. Okay, awesome. A couple of us have already won. You know, 3,000. That's pretty awesome winning 3,000. But you're gonna need to win, about 100 more times to get some of this shit. Okay. Wheel of Time, everybody. If you come check this out, if you're here right now, thank you. I love you. Five of us, you're amazing. Go ahead and say hi in the chat or not, but shout out to y'all spending your time, part of this Saturday with me in this community. And Sweet Pain, Mark Little, 56828. Mixing my numbers up. Don't do not sleep on the Wheel of Time event, as the young people say. There are some one of a kind items. Okay, we're getting used to seeing those, getting used to seeing those. Real quick here, this isn't part of the new patch event or anything. Maybe, I don't know. I have never upgraded a barracks, one of the barracks to level 40 until recently. But once I took my stables up to level 40, this building upgrade special offer popped up. Not a flash or anything. It just appeared in these valuable events. Check it out. Okay, one time offer per package, and you can't use a coupon. That's the one thing that gets me here. It's like, come on, really? Why? This is a lot. For irregardless, not worry about it. You're gonna get 50 million free of these once you get it to level 40. That's great. That's better than the quest reward you get from the fucking tavern, right? But here, look at this. 20,000. 20,000 of these. 20 billion of each resource is incredible considering how much it costs to construct that level 40 barracks, whatever one. Okay, 20 billion. You're getting a third of your resources back on that purchase for $100. That's a lot of money to get only 20 billion of something. The most valuable thing in the game, perhaps, but if you could use a coupon on that, then it's like a dude person. Like that's something to get it at some particular time if you've got an extra $100 lying around. But with no coupons, that's just kind of fun to look at. Hey, but you do you. When you level up one of these buildings to 40, you could buy 20 billion of a resource. Yay! All our preparation. Haven't talked about this. This came okay. All right. Thank you, Mark, saying that it's not on your server. That I'm experiencing that more and more now that we have merged with an older server. Uh, we were talking about some things that they didn't know about, and we're experiencing things that we had no idea about. And that particular building upgrade special offer is not something that's available to Mark Little 5628. Did I get it right that time? Yeah. Um, their server. Are you an older server? Older than 1834? Probably. I know that you had been on a really old server when you first started playing and stuff. But yeah, this graphic here in the background looks like an old one to me. So this seems like perhaps it's an older flash pop or older offer that comes live at certain times than something you would experience on a newer server. Okay, we didn't go back that far. We were 1964 and we went to 1834, so 130 spots older. But thanks for that insight, Mark. It's really cool. All out preparation. Um, Value, rare, deluxe, super. One daily limit, and you can use coupons on these. That's a lot of stuff. Do you really want this? What is it all about? It's another way, honestly, to get your battle-tested specialty fragments. Other than going into SVS and potentially losing everything, sorry, because you just get caught unawares and 1046, yeah, right on. Mark Little going on to 1046. Wow, okay, so you guys merged recently too, 6 weeks ago. That's about the same for us. Oh, but that was the last merge, right? Yeah. Um, Sitting pretty at K39, 3 billion power. Power level over 3 billion. That's awesome. Knocking on the door to K40. I'm excited for you. Or, dude, I remember being at K39 not long ago, actually, forever, and it was nothing. So much to do there. So much to do, so much to get. Keep on plugging. But um, on the older servers, 800 numbers back, that's something that's not there. So let me know when you get one of the barracks up to level 40. See if they've added that, because there was no advertisement for it whatsoever. It just popped up once I upgraded my stables. This is a way to get the battle-tested fragments, okay, and accrue these preparation vouchers, which are these events' currency, okay? That's right. Sold your K44 and K40, and now you're back. You thought you were out, and then I put you back in. The world of everything got you back. I love it. We need you. You've got some experience that is invaluable, and there's some monarch out there that needs you as their Jedi Master or Sith Lord. Okay, um, these vouchers, you use them to redeem stuff in the store. Hey, I always unclick the redeem tips because that means if you have a voucher, it's always going to blink red. It's like, you can buy something, you can buy something. What do we have in here? Well, remember the General Summons event? It had, you buy it $5. The next one you can buy it, $10. You can buy it once a day, and you could use coupons on them. But there was a random item that came with the purchase, but then guaranteed particular items inside this treasure box. But whenever you purchased these treasure box, you got a certain amount of fragments and or vouchers that you could use to redeem these general fragments. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. It just looks different, and they've added, what do you call it? The battle tested thingies. So look, it all out preparation. It was the general summons orders before, pretty sure, because this other one is the portraits. Where did you go? General portrait. Yeah. They call it portrait exhibition because it's the generals that are in the art hall. Anywho, all out proper preparation was general summons orders, and you can't use coupons on this now. That's the difference. But that Mark Little, hold on, thank you. I'm going to comment that in just a moment. Before, you wouldn't be able to see the value, rare, deluxe, and super levels of this event. You would have to buy each level to get to the next one. All right. But you could use a coupon on that. So this $5 one, you can buy once a day, and you could use a triple coupon on it. And buying the $5 is the only way to get to, boom, value, which is 10. You see what I'm saying? It came with a random item on top of what you get in the treasure box. So now they have given you the opportunity to buy whatever one of these you want at any given time, but you can't use coupons. All right. Rare 20, deluxe 50, the standard package prices, right? And of course, the potential of each of these extras onto the things inside scales accordingly. Holy shnikes. No wonder they don't let you use a coupon. 16,000 refining stones? Man, I'd love to triple coupon that. 14,000 rune stones. Woo! They made those pretty hefty. Anywho, when you buy these particular, value tiers, you get these all-out preparation vouchers. And, when you get to 50, 100, 200, 400, you'll get some more of those back. Okay. You don't turn these in for these. This is just getting you something back for how much you purchase potentially. And if you purchased 800 vouchers, that's buying all of these every day for the 11 days almost. You get yourself special 10 of these specialty fragments. But you've accrued a whole bunch of these all out preparations, right? You're not guaranteed this one, it's random. Okay, but you're guaranteed this one with the whatever. And then you go to your redeem shop and then you use your vouchers to buy something in here. It's the same stuff that you had before. It's the same general fragments that you had before, but now you have battle tested specialty fragments, which can be more convenient to get here than risking it all in the server war. And then an officer general chest that you can redeem. Okay, at 1200. I don't know if these things expire. It doesn't look like they do. All right. You did. I watched in hospital and got me a laptop and made an account. Oh, yes. Thank you, man. Mark Little Sweet Pain giving me some props as far as my comment on he thought he was out and then I pulled him back in. That's a quote from um, Godfather Part 2, Al Pacino. But I was joking around and the legend Sweet Pain Mark Little 5628 claims hand to Zeus that uh, getting involved in this community, watching these videos, enjoying our time together, and giving Lito the Second a little bit of props as far as getting him back into the game, and that's amazing. While recovering, uh, yeah, in the hospital, and we're glad to have you. Like I said, you're a legend. I can't thank you enough. That's like the coolest thing. I like tell my kids all the time, like, hey, you know how cool things are? This guy said that. Anyway, all out preparation, my friends. Is it worth it to you? Hey, I don't know. Look at this. Officer General chest, right? 12,000, sorry, not 1,200 of these all out preparation vouchers. I'm not going to do the extra math as far as how much you have to spend in dollars to earn or accrue or acquire 1,200 of these, right? But I'm going to guess we're over $500 worth. Since you can't use coupons in this event, you're spending five, six, $700 at least, because some luck is involved based on the random items that you get for purchasing these things. Anywho, 1,200 for this officer general chest. Remember what I told you about the progressive uh, successive purchase benefits? And I said, hey, at the end, get the general lottery chest. 15% chance to get that very same officer general chest, which could potentially cost you upwards of $1,000 to get enough of those all-out preparation vouchers. Okay, for 30 bucks every event, 30 bucks, 5, 10, 15, 20, and the last one's 10 for a total of 30. You've got a 15% chance of scoring an officer general chest. That is huge. 30 bucks, 15%, as opposed to $1,000 and 0.1% maybe of getting this same general chest. That's why I said, hey, get this general lottery chest, because everywhere else it costs so much more. All right. Hey, yeah, just preaching to the choir. All right. Tomb Expedition, not going to go over that. Fast Renovation. We're talking about 2026 Mother's Day event, baby. Version 5.25.0. I don't know why I did all the kinds of different accents and stuff. It's fun. Uh-huh. We enjoy it. I'll try and tone it down a little bit because maybe it does get a little silly. Silly. Here's where you buy for the other one. Thank you. Save up your general's invitations and then go redeem either the Trojan Horse. They're very specific to the art hall. Okay. Shh. Well, the die is cast now. It's time. This is the only way to get Caesar is via this one particular epic historic common tickets, please, that you can get here in this event or in the Alliance Dual Shop. Okay. You can actually get it in the Glory Shop too. Oh man, there are three places, but Caesar is either acquired via the Revelation of Maya, which we're going to go do. You know, we're going to do that next because I want to before this live stream's over. The Revelation of Maya or the Alliance Carnival for 300 Sword of Justice, 300 rare gold helmets, right? That's the only way to get them. It essentially costs money and time in a mini game. And then this way, which is so odd because Caesar is a general that's in the art hall, all right, but not part of the Epic Historic General Premium tickets, please, all right? But he's via, you can get him via the uncommon, but none of the other ones. Anyways, these general invitations are so valuable. Consider which one of these you're getting. Trojan horse. These are the only officers you need, or only generals you need to unlock the Trojan horse art treasure, which has that has ground troop buffs in it, right? Because all the Greeks came out of the horse Trojan horse, um, and massive amounts of buffs for your ground troops, and some very rare generals in here that you can only get via certain events or special optional chests like Flavius Aetius. The only way to get him is either through this uh, uh, getting a Merrill optional chest. Either you got a 10% chance after level 3 and a 15% chance after level 4 in the Giant's Wisdom Temple. Okay. Or buying him in one of the Merrill optional chests via another event. Anyways, you need him for the art hall. Okay. And you need him to unlock the Trojan horse, and he's a great subsidy mare. All right. And then, all these other generals in there you can get regularly through an Epic Historic General Premium. But Flavius might be one that you haven't received yet because he's just that rare, or you have to buy him. With this, you have a 6.25% chance of scoring him. That's a high opportunity that you can get eventually by saving up your general invitations. Here, the Laurel Wreath has got some real rare ones. Okay. Kaguya. She will cost you at least 300 bucks, 400 bucks in special events when she's available using all your triple coupons. Okay. Alessandra, the same. And that's it. Those two in here are extremely rare, but you have an opportunity, 6.25% chance of scoring them with this. Okay. And that's huge. You get the idea, right? The Yasakani no Magatama. This is where you get Toyotomi Hideyori, and this guy has been falling through my grip. Oh, so many times. I just need hymns. The last one I need to get the Yasakani no Magatama, and I want it because it's in-city mounted troop buffs. Okay? So I will always not get this one. They're all 6.25% chances, but there are less generals here. I tell you what I get. Not that one. I get the General Hall. I get the General Hall 2 historic general tickets, please. Why? Because Toyotomi is a 6.03% chance out of, he's got the highest chance. He's among four that have the highest chance out of this whole thing. I don't know how to say it. The rest of the generals in here, 2% chance. He has a 6% chance. That is really high compared to everybody having 6% chance in there. Anyway, I need him. I want him. I always go for this one. But it is how I received Alessandra in one of my videos earlier. I think that was during Martian or Tistria. I don't think it was Martian. Okay, anywho, Yaya, Hideyori, Kaguya, Alessandra. Nordic Barbarian King is like Flavius Aetius. You can only get them from those rare optional chests. Super rare or super expensive. That's it. Yeah. So General Hall 2 is a good one. Anyways, sorry if you already knew this, but I just want to. These are not worth it. That is so much for a general that you probably have a better one of them already. You want these rarities. This was the one that really can save you a lot of bacon. General Hall 3. We've got Martin Trump. Okay. You'll only ever see him in a special event that you've got to buy into to get the items you need to redeem. And it will always cost you at least $500 using triple coupons and double coupons. For Martin, for Arthur with Leslie, okay, for King Kong, all right, and the Sei Shonen, all right. This is a very, very valuable and lucrative general's invitation to summons to get. Um, it's the only way to do it without money. It takes a long time to save up the 500, but it's worth it when you nail one of those. Okay. The only other place besides buying them in a special event that happens randomly and you never even know if they're going to be in it because they cycle through. I haven't even seen King Kong yet in there. I'm not talking about King Kong, but Ching Chong. Um, the that rarity there. Right, this guy. 4% chance basically to get those. There are four in there that are the rarest of the rare. The only other place besides buying them in another thing comes in now. I don't know if you knew this. The the lucky raffle. Okay, but the lucky raffle is good to just do the 99 cents because you could potentially win a supremacy scroll fragment. That's how I completed my Rurik set. Anyway, a 99-cent ticket got me that. Anyways, um, you've got to continually buy a lot of these uh, uh, lottery tickets, please, because I think you need at least 60 of them to get entered into the vaults of Pharaoh. Okay, and that has really good potential grand prizes. All right, as well, especially these military strategist general chests. Okay, amazing. Whoa! Then you got to get another 20 or 30 or 40. I don't know. You're spending hundreds of dollars to get enough of these lotteries to get into the Tomb of the Kings. Yes, the Tomb of the Kings. And this is all random too. It's a lottery. So you spend all this money and not be guaranteed. But potential to get here at the bottom tier, okay? One of these you got to select Lingshan Temple, which is the $2,000 castle decoration, as well as the glowing city, potentially. Okay, those are awesome. There we go. The historic general hall, rare general optional. I'd say you're probably going to have to spend about $800 or more to get enough of the lottery tickets to just be considered to be drawn into this pot. Okay. See how it says 1,364? That's how many lottery tickets have been purchased by the number of servers participating in this. They always pick, 5 servers or whatever. And once that many tickets or lottery tickets have been purchased by all the servers in total, it unlocks these new next tiers, right? So you buy your way into the more rare vaults. Once you're there, you have a whatever percentage chance to actually win one of these three. And in this chest, you get to pick which one of these $500 generals that you'll never ever get in your lifetime playing Ebony any other way. Yeah. One of these days, I am going to get those generals via the general invitation. And I highly recommend you do that too. You got a whole bunch of these sitting in your inventory because you collect them regularly. Go get yourself some of these either treasure scrolls one, okay? But I highly recommend shabloips, the General Hall, not one, damn it, the General Hall 2 and the General Hall 3. Yeah, yeah. Okay. And you get to do that once every maybe 3 or 4 months. That's about how long it's taken me to get those. Maybe even longer. Once I redeem another one, it'll be the third time that I have been able to get it from this event. Okay? It'll be the third time from this event. There is another way, to get yourself more regularly, if you will, God, sorry, I always forget. I got to click on these. A General Hall 2. Okay? I've talked about it before. It's an event going on right now. If you get your 500 fish every day in the feasting revelry, you will earn enough and more than what is required to redeem the General Hall 2 historic tickets, please, for 8,000 delicious points. Okay? That's getting 500 fish for 8 of the 11 days. Okay? But it's free, it just takes time and effort, and it can be incredibly worth it because these are generals you'll never see and or get without spending a lot of money. Do it this way. Instead, General's Hall invitation and the feasting revelry. I hope I have inspired you to shoot for the fish, shoot for the stars, the sea fish when it comes to the feasting revelry. Do not sleep on it. Okay? Free to play players especially, you are unlocking huge, powerful buffs by acquiring these generals, and you can get a badass one in Freya, Frigg, and Merlin while you're at it too. Okay, because you one of the only events out there where you can actually for free earn enough of the points to redeem the best stuff available. Okay, you heard it here probably a million times because I won't ever stop talking about the feasting revelry and what it can get you. I want to save you money, but your thumbs are going to hurt. Your eyes are going to be bloodshot. All right. For the 11 days that the feasting revelry is around. But boy, howdy, you're going to thank me for it. You're going to enjoy things a hell of a lot more by checking some of checking the rarest generals off your list. All right. Moving on. So I talk about the general simulation. Nothing new here except the Wheel of Time and how unique that is. Go get yourself the Sacred Exhortation, our new spiritual beast, Tarask or Tarask. All right, that's awesome. Let's see your speed up sprints, Journey to Glory. Hey, I normally do these 100 at the end of the event. If you get if you don't get the first limited reward after spinning 40 times, it's guaranteed with the next spinning. So do your best to get all of these. 50 a day. You might miss, 10 of them because during SVS because one of the days you can't go gather or you can. I did today and got my 10, but you guaranteed at least 150 if you get 400 of those. Okay, and you get 50 a day, so you can do it. You can do it. You want those? That's that. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for being here. Part 2. Part two. All right. Love that stuff in there. Talked about this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hall's Historic Generals. Buy that ASAP. Gen purchase. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Let's see here. What do I have going on? I can't do any gathering. Can't be any relics, So if I'm not rallying or if I'm taking a break, I don't need to feel bad about just sitting here. I always feel like, man, I'm wasting time. I'm being inefficient. I am a silly goose. I should be playing, doing something that's creating, an income, if you will. I'm going to teleport just for the hell of it because I feel like I did something useful beyond helping you and talking with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In yesterday's live stream, um, we talked about these fragments, right? I have two of them. I'm not going to open them. No matter, I love you a tons, and you mean the worlds to me. And I wouldn't be here without y'all. We wouldn't be this amazing community that we are. MNETKR is the R5 Life with Lito. Oh, look at. Um, I'm going to wait till I get more of those. But to show you what it's like to open one of these, if you didn't know, um, we're going to do it via another way. I don't want the world map music. I want the majestic sound of the rain pitter-pattering on the keep grounds. Aha, aha. Um, one of the most valuable as far as the return on your investment events goes is the Wishful Windmill Festival. Okay, what you'll need to do is at least one time bite the bullet and spend $20 to unlock this luxury privileges here. Why? Well, for $20, it's tremendously worth all of this stuff that you're getting. And this is really what's most important, these 25 wind horns. All right? But you get yourself this nice little wind power storage luxury privilege coupon. It's 25% off this luxury privilege again. Okay? So if you spend $20 on this once, you'll, at least for now, always be able to buy the luxury privileges at $15 from now on, from then on. Why? Because that ticket, and I hope Emily doesn't change this now in time, it doesn't expire. It stays in your inventory forever. So you don't have to use this by the next time the event comes around. You keep it until a rainy day. It's like, all right, I'm ready to drop 15 on this again. You're saving yourself $5, you know, this 250,000% turns into, 350,000% because you're only spending 15 bucks instead of $20 for what you get back. Not only are these things good, and are you're getting probably at least a $50 package everywhere else worth of stuff. The wind horns, 2,500 of them, you're going to be able to summon wind, summon wind. You're going to be breaking wind, master fart style, you know, a whole bunch here, and you're going to earn yourself these wind points. What are they called? Wishing blessings. What are they called? Ah, fuck it. Who cares? Uh, those little conches, and these are the currencies to buy things in here. I've never ever seen outside of the Trial of Nights a place where you can spend relatively little. I mean, like you can redeem some of these rarest, most expensive items for free by getting like, yeah, yeah, man. Sweet Pain Mark Little 5628 throws down on this one every time it's around. It's worthy to throw down on, especially at 15 bucks to 20 bucks for the gem purchase time period, the first 7 days of these new events, because you just scored a whole bunch of extra goodies on top of these goodies, and you're going to be farting, spinning, summoning wind to be able to stock up on good shit. Look at this, right, dude? People's 500 rune stones. That's, if you're lucky, 25,000, 30,000 gems in the auction house. Usually goes up to 40 or 50,000 on these servers now. Okay. 500 rune stones and you get 15 chances? That's insane. What's 15 times 500? I don't know some math. That's 7,500 rune stones that you can get for free over the course of the, what, 20 days this event goes live, maybe 30, I forget. That is insane. And if you buy the luxury privileges for 15 bucks, you're guaranteed to get almost all of this stuff. 8,000 rune stones. 8,000 rune stones for free. If that's the one you're going to get the most of. 150, my throat hurts. 150 blood of Ares for free. 10 excellent trap for free. This is the wishful windmill is flip flopping, hopping. All right, ruby necklaces, 50 of them. Your Garudas, honestly, I'd say hold off on that unless you have extras to get, because the Garudas, as long as you're doing your Garuda trials, you're going to get a butt ton of crystal, crimson crystals, especially if you have double drops. Okay, these 150 treasure boxes, pennies, fractions of penny for free. Okay, this 500 tactic scrolls, 500 for free. Every time this event comes around, you get the picture, right? The wishful windmill. Why are we talking about this? I was telling you about those fragments, right? Here, once you get past level 50, every 100 experience points or summoning the wind gets you these lucky boxes. Okay? Wish box. These are how the other boxes work. Look at the. All right. So to get to level 2 with this wish box, on the first click, you got a 40% chance of getting to level 2. All right. This is interesting. 40, and then your number gets lower. It's harder, essentially, to get to wishing box 5. I don't know. That's the way I'm looking at it. 40, 30, 20, 10. If you look at these fortune box, um, all right, we got to be able to see it. Shit. Okay, I have to do it in my inventory. We want to be there anyways. Excuse me. The fortune box, it's backwards, kind of. 10% to make it to level 2 of this box, and then boom, 35%, 30, and then 25. You have honestly a better chance to get the most expensive, rarest items here from this fortune box than getting a chance of the better amounts of the particular items inside this wish box. You see what I'm saying? All right, 40, 30, 20, 10. It's all good stuff. It's all free, and you get even more when you buy the luxury privilege. Okay, so let's open some of them. As I've been, for the hell of it, you're here with me. Let's do something, let's treat yourself some before we do some of the revelation of Maya. And sorry, checking here. Yeah, you know, sorry. Right out this live stream that I finally got going with some revelation of Maya. I want to do some of that, and I want to show you all what I've been doing in case you're interested. On my hair is frazzled today. Sorry about all the moving around. Scoring high and winning revelation of Maya every time. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. Open. You get this cool screen. Okay. Remember, you click. We've got a 40% chance to get to level 2. If we don't get the blue one by this, we're not going to be able to get the highest glowing red one. Want to call it? I think I'm going to get a blue one on this. Ah, I got the big old U, and I got the green. Let's open. Shubloipes. Hey, I'll take 3 hour speed ups for free. Cool, thank you. Come on, let's get some good stuff in here, please. Wish box. Open. A 1. A 2. Hey, we've got a 40% chance to turn this into a red. Oh! This is what we want. This is the best box that we have. And it's still a random chance of getting the really, really good stuff in it, but we're going to get the most of something. Y'all are good luck. Skadoosh. Hey, I love that. 250 rhinestones. I love it. Oh, that's amazing, actually. Let's look here. We got to the probability here. We got 250 refining stones. That had an 8.5% chance. One of the lower chances, percentage-wise, out of the items here. Okay? I wouldn't mind taking any of them, except I don't need any Dragon Source fragments. I have so many of them. Sorry, I'm not trying to brag. I'd much rather have those refining stones. Whoa, 4% chance of getting 25 tactic scrolls and the lowest 0.5% chance of getting 10 historic general fragments. That's fun. Let's do a couple more. Oh, shit. Okay, I thought I just... Here we go. Nope. Hey, we got better than green. Woo! I like two bloods. Uh-oh. Yeah. All right, here we go. At least three more. Feeling saucy. Winning the land's red. Ah, that's okay. That's okay. It was free. It was fun. Hey, purple. Skadoosh. Yeah, okay. I'd rather get something else, but yeah, it was free. It was fun. Here we go. Last one. I'm going to save the others and do a whole bunch more towards the end. Hey. Oh, super safe. I lied. I'll just do them all. Why not? Ah, like I said, I don't. Uh, they're important, but I need other stuff more. Blue. So far, yes, we have only received one red. Couple purple is actually pretty good as far as the odds go. Yeah. Likewise. Hey, bad boy, what's up? The gathering really dead? Like, doing something other than what we're doing right now. Sorry. Or the gathering of all of us right now. Bad boy, um, HO7NT. I don't want to. Asking is the gathering really dead? I don't quite understand the context. It's either going way over my head because I'm a dingus, or I'm just not connecting the dots. So let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here and commenting. You were awesome. I love it. Please. Okay, let's keep going. Um, Blue. Hey. Yes. Blood of Ares is awesome. It's awesome. Another blue. Super safe. All right, here we go. We're going to get another red onesies. Come on, baby. Nope, blue. I'll take it. Wow. A lot of blood of Ares there. I'll take it. That was fun. You can potentially have 20, 30, 40 of those by the end of that lengthy event. All right, cool. I'm not going to do those yet. Not going to do those yet. Those are really cool. All right, all right, all right. So we did that. We talked about these other ones. Oh, hey, time to redeem this. Let's check our times. Is it refreshed? No. Anything good in here? Hey, no one's bet on that yet. Different times of the day on this new server will yield better chances of scoring something in the auction house at the minimum bid price. And that's what I like to do. I already purchased those. I'll break them down later. We already did our composing things. We got that just recently. We just labored and freed and released. Oh, I don't have any chips yet. You bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna finally open my commemorative lottery chests by the end of this event because I want to get I want to get this. I do. And I've got one commemorative coin because I purchased another one of these earlier today, actually, to level up my eggshell castle to level 3. I got lucky and scored some for the free spins uh, the last time that was there. Anywho, done that, done this, done that. Talked about our lucky treasure. All right, we're going to Revelation of Maya. And I'm not going to torture y'all too much with what you call it, with refreshing. Hey, 50 of them. Boom, 50. One of them, I'll take it. One's good, but there's some stamina, rune stones. Oh, I didn't get refining stones on that one. That chance. That's okay. I'm not going to torture you too much about restarting on some of these levels because the Revelation of Maya has a very specific, what would you call it, routine? I don't know. I love this event. Not only is it fun, honestly, I have a really good time just going through it over and over again. Thankfully, it only lasts 7 days, not the entire 11. Why? Because I want to get my rewards for winning this faster. I'm all about the Caesar fragment. I'm 25 away from awakening him. I need just 25 more to be able to finally awaken Caesar, and he's going to be the supreme ultra monster slaying lead general. All right, so I always want to win, and I get on this as fast as I can to score as much as I can to at least get the highest score first in case someone ties me, and I would maintain first. Hey, bud, mommy's gonna be home soon, okay? She went out. She needed to go to the store and get some stuff, and she wanted to drive around and stuff. She took Persephone with her. Did you nap? Awesome. Drink some water. Go pee. Wash your hands. Excuse me. You all right? All right. Okay, so look at this. I think this is last time we did this. I think I got 11,000 like 3 something, or it was 11. Yeah, no, I think I got 11.4, 11.5 or something. And I uh, kept trying to get over that 11,000 mark, and I was like, it developed a way, which takes a lot of patience and commitment to this game because of its random nature. But there is a formula as far as the particular buffs and layout of levels. Okay? And I want to talk about it because I'm nerdy, it's fun, and maybe you'll benefit from it because you want to awaken Caesar too. Anyways, these things are fine too, getting all those, it's helpful, but it's all about Caesar and clout. No, I'm kidding. You get some good stuff through these as well. So, the revelation of Maya. Oh. Real quick here, I'm going to do something. Pull something over for context. All right. I took some screenshots earlier because I wanted to prove to you that I did indeed do this. Doot, 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 doot. All right, here we go. So, sorry, I've heard it to pop up right there. This here, let me cover the screen. This here, for that 11,250 points that I have there, uh, this is what I had as far as my epic buffs go. I actually had something else down here too, I think. All right. But this is a combination of them. And we'll go over some of those. And there are some that are if you want to score the most you can. You can score really high with some of these. All right? But there's some that you absolutely need. It's essential to score the highest amount possible. And I don't even know what that is now. Okay? And that is, all right, since we're here, laws of survival, which you don't get damaged when clearing poisonous fog, okay? And poison fog happens at level 13 and beyond. So you want to get laws of survival before level 13 in order to score the highest. That's one of the things. Field hospital is also one that is mandatory. You can score high without it. Like I said, you can score high without it, but to get the highest, you need field hospital. Why? After every battle, you will get 20% of the troops lost back. 20% of what you lost in that battle, troops wise, you'll get back. Why does that matter? The very last battle of the Revelation of Maya on level 20 against the Mayan high priest, no matter how high your buffs are, you will get damaged. You will lose troops. So, to counteract that as much as possible, because your final score is going to completely depend upon how many troops you have left when it's all said and done. Okay? Yeah, you score points throughout, but at the very end, after that final hit, however many troops you have left and all of the troops you had with you through the journey, everybody drink, Revelation of Maya, that will determine your score. Thus, the field hospital, which gives you 20% back of what you lost, means when you lose troops, no matter what, when you lose troops on that final fight, boom, you're going to get 20% of them back. Thus, your score will increase. See what I'm saying? You'll get a high score without it, but you will only score the highest amount possible by getting the 20% of those troops back. And guess what? I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact that some of these epic buffs stack. Okay? For example, Hand of Plague stacks, meaning, so sorry, if you get 2, 3, 4 Hand of Plagues, they will all give you their epic buff. Hand of Plague is one of the necessary ones to score the most. Why? Because you get your attack, defense, and HP stats increased by, I think, 10% for each rune word you have. And you get a lot of rune words just by playing it. Rune words are like, the Dispelling rune or the Holy Wrath rune. Okay? As you acquire those, you're going to see your stats skyrocket. So if you have that once, yeah, you're getting a high amount. If you get it twice, boom, the same amount stacking with it. This is huge. So with the field hospital, since it's 20% of the troops back that you lost, if you were to get 2 field hospitals, that's 40%. I don't know. I can't confirm it, but I think it does stack too. So if you get field hospital twice, you'll get 40% back of what you lost in the last fight, meaning your score will be even higher because you'll get troops back. All right? Triple lines is extremely helpful. And in my previous video, I said triple lines is what you got to get. That was true until I found out better ways. Triple lines is extremely helpful because it increases all of your stats by 333% when you send just 3 attacking slots. You can send up to 5, you just send 3. And your strength, defense, and HP skyrocket. I'm pretty sure that stacks too. So if you get 2 of those, you increase it by 666. The number of the beast. Iron Maiden, baby. Okay. But this is not as powerful as a stacked Hand of Plague or a stacked Hand of Famine. That one's even better. Okay? So these are the sorts of things that uh, uh, matter the most. Okay? Laws of survival, field hospital, all right? And strength in numbers. You have to get those, and then a combination of the other ones to score the highest you possibly can. Irregardless, not worried by the way, you can still score very high without some of them. All right. So, the laws of survival, the poisonous fog in levels 13 and beyond gives you 5 points each. and you get to clear 8 poisonous fogs in those levels. So 8 times 5 is 40, right? Right? Yeah, 8 times 5 is 40. You're getting an additional 40 points on top of those levels that you passed and not receiving any damage because of the laws of survival. Those 40 points equate to 200 and something points at the end. That will give you the highest possible score that you can get. Okay? You can clear that poisonous fog without that, but you're gonna wipe your troops out, and then your score is gonna drop because it's all about how many troops you have left when you finish the mini game. Okay, that's why you need laws of survival. We talked about field hospital. Hand of plays, one of the most valuable because of its stackability and the continual increase of your buffs based on the rune words that you get. Okay. Strength in numbers, absolutely mandatory. Why? Well, strength in numbers increases your march size capacity. Your final score depends on how many troops you finish the minigame with. Thus, having a larger march size will get you more points. Makes sense, right? Plus, you're stronger when you have more troops. So it's a win-win. Why did I get money bags? There are a certain amount of epic buffs that you get to select from on the first level and the 10th level. Money bags is one of them on the first level. Strength in numbers is one of them on the 10th level. So at each of these intervals, either at the beginning or at level 10, you might need to be doing some resetting. That's where the painful thing comes in. We'll show you some examples because you want to get these in order to score the highest you possibly can. Money bags, why? I'll tell you why in a little bit. All right, these other ones are really good, okay, but we're going to go for the best. Now, those were the buffs that I was able to choose, and it took a lot of refreshing, if you will. Boom. This is what it looked like as far as some of my final stats go. And these are on the low end, okay? Your generals buffs will matter based on how developed your generals are. We choose straight siege. Even if your generals like Rostam, Hermes, Alexander Hamilton, and Maria Theresa, none of them are siege generals, but they're fully developed, fully cultivated, some awakened, you know. All right, 3 of those 5 are awakened. But the biggest deal about these generals is that they have the largest march size capacities of the generals I have. Hermes and Rostam have extremely large march size capacities based on their regular skills, okay, skills, main skills, specialties, and covenant buffs. Okay, huge. Hermes has the highest, perhaps the highest out of any other general in the game. All right. Alexander Hamilton has a pretty good amount as far as specialties, ascension levels, and guess what factors in? Skill books. Okay? The skill books that you have equipped on these generals matters. You want the march size increase. The 12% march size buff on your generals that you choose to play this minigame with. All right. Uh-huh. More troops equals more strength equals more points. That's why I have these. They're the generals that give me the most. Now, the higher level your monarch, the higher monarch level you have, the stronger and more successful you'll be in this game. Okay? Anybody can score high, but you will be able to score higher easier at higher monarch levels because the general's personal stats, cultivation, ascension levels, all of that factors into their uh, um, abilities within this minigame. Okay? All right. So the general buffs are always the same based on the general and how you have developed them with their skill books and yada, yada, yada. Their innate abilities, specialties too. Stage buff are the extra percentages that you get from the various random buffs and epic buffs that you get throughout the minigame. These are very low considering what you can get with some of these other buffs I was talking about, okay? It's fun to see these numbers grow. Uh, I was able to get my Siege Machine attack defense and HP up over 2,000% on one playthrough of this mini game with a very, very specific combination. And that's what makes you a badass in the Revelation of Maya. Okay? Okay. Oh, yeah. My wife. We're going to celebrate with a little. I would love to do that right now or whenever you're ready, honey. Take your time. I'm having a good time here. So I wanted to take those screenshots and show that for perspective. Ooh, do I have one more? What is this? Okay, I think it was just a different. I think I fucked up on the picture and I took that there. Boop. So yes, I indeed did do it. What's going on out here? Am I missing anything? Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't get my stones, man. Didn't get my stones. What else? Hey, 12,500 is the minimum bid on there. You usually can't win it at that, but it is worth it to get a thousand vitality for 12,500 gems. I'll always take that opportunity. All right. Uh, I know. Okay, cool. So, no other time. No other time. We haven't reached that. Hmm. Hmm. Anybody? Did I already get those? Yeah, because we talked about it. Here we go. I'm trying to get America this time since I'm uh, building the historic landmarks in there. What are we doing? Okay, here we go. So now we're going to do some runs. We're at 2 hours and 36 minutes with this live stream. Go for my earbuds always run out of juice around 3 hours, so it's perfect way to say, hey, Lito, it's time. It's time to give the people a break. And there's a perfect way to end. All right. So where am I now? This is super, super specific. See, stage 5, stage 10, 17, blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. These are where you defeat a Mayan high priest and open a treasure box, right? Good stuff. They're also significant in the sense that they're kind of checkpoints, okay? It's like Super Mario Brothers. You're like, you make it to halfway point in Super Mario World, and you hit that little bar, and if you die, that's where you'll start. Kind of the same idea here, because you will be restarting, refreshing at certain bonus levels in order to painfully wait for the right buff. That's what it takes. Um, and the worst part of this whole process and scoring the most points that you can is betwixt the levels of 8 and 13. Okay? Because 8 is a place where you can restart at without losing everything. You only lose everything you got past level 8. So you've got to, but you got to get past or up to level 13 to hit that next checkpoint. Therefore, in level 9, 10, 11, and 12, you got to get flip flopping lucky to get the best possible things as much as possible, all random in the span of what, 4 or 5 levels. All right, my wife and I are going to take a shot, and it's not going to be on camera because I don't think I can do that. We're we're drinking something. Oh, it's good stuff. We're just getting ready to do cheers, everybody, to do the deed. All right. So you feel me? Starting over at different spots in this mini game is really, really convenient. But once you get to level 8, it really sucks getting everything you want up to level 12, and then everything just going to shit, and you gotta restart. Anyways, you'll see. Maybe we'll get super lucky. But let's see here. I'm in the middle of a run here. Let's see what we're doing. Okay.
I just want to sit here, okay? But I understand. I appreciate you paying attention to your laundry and
So
letting me
sorry.
know. It's
Oh,
gonna be okay, babe.
we got time. Don't worry.
No worries.
Okay. Sorry. So you'll notice. Check this out. Hold on. It's really gross. I had to clear my throat. I'm really sorry about that. Okay.
Oh,
This is a poison tower. Poisonous totem tower. Okay. Every level except for one, and the bonus levels and the big boss levels have a tower in
now
them.
dinner's here, okay?
Am I coming through okay? Okay. There are three different kinds of towers. There is the poisonous totem tower. There is the crescent moon tower. I know it's crescent something. And then there's the typhoon tower. The typhoon totem. Crescent totem, typhoon totem, and poisonous totem. Okay? In order to get the highest score possible, you want, this is the crazy part, you want to get a poisonous totem tower in every level that you can. Why? Well, this will hurt you. Yes, all towers do take a percentage of your troops from them. Okay? Reduces all troop slots amount by 5% for each one fog dispelled when this building exists. Meaning, when the building's there active and you clear a fog, it shoots a poison arrow at you. All right? That sucks. Happens all the time. That's why you hate this minigame, right? You'll lose 5% of your troops every time you take a hit. All right? It's all worth it because you've been picking the right buffs. When you set it on fire and you can leave it on fire, the effect will disappear when any fog around the building is dispelled. It will go on fire and then it will stop shooting at you. But once you do that, you want to occupy it. I know, right? Not only have you lost 5% with each hit, you occupy it and it takes away 10% of your troop slots. All of them. The ones you're using and the ones you're not, okay? So the reason why you want to occupy this and the reason why you want to on every level is because when you do occupy it, you get to 100 extra points. 100 extra points. That makes a huge amount when you get this 13 to 15, 13 to 15 times you will get an opportunity to get the Poisonwood Totem Tower. That's a lot of points because they're 100 each. The other two towers will give you points, but not nearly as much. The Typhoon Totem Power, Totem Tower, which I'm sure we'll see, because you're going to have to refresh to make these appear. They don't always appear. You will lose 10% of your troops, and it will give you an attack buff, actually. Okay? And for that level. And but it only gives you 50 points. The Typhoon Totem Tower only gives you 50 points. All right? The Crescent Totem Tower gives you a huge level buff as far as your strength, HP, and defense goes. We'll look at it, okay? But it either gives you 25 points or no points at all, okay? You still lose 10% of your troops and stuff, but you get a huge buff from it, but no points or very little points. That's why you want the Poisonwood Totem Tower for that extra 100 points that you get from it, which will give you the highest score possible. All right. I have never had a run where every level with a tower has been Poisonwood. It is just too painful to refresh that much. And I am crazy. Okay. I am crazy. Let's see what we have. We're in level 9. And remember, I said the worst is between levels 8 and 13. I've been at level 9 for a while. All right. And you'll see. But let's see what we are. Okay. Here is Romulus. We're fairly low, but close to our ending siege buffs with that screenshot I took, okay? So Um, but we're in good shape. What are the epic buffs? Ah, we got some good ones. We started with money bags. We started with money bags, which gives us 50 mine gold right away at the beginning and doubles the amount of mine gold gained in the remaining levels of exploring. Why is this important? Why, Lito? Why do you need gold? Gold can buy you things in the Mayan market, but you might never get to see the Mayan market in your run. Those are totally random buildings that only happen or have the potential to happen in certain levels. And honestly, you don't ever want the Mayan market. Why are the money bags important? Well, there is a skill, a buff, epic buff, that you'll want to get to become the most powerful revelation of Maya player ever, called Hand of Famine. Hand of Famine. It's got a hand and there's food in it. It says Hand of Famine. Hand of Famine gives you buffs right away. Okay? But it will give you a 0.5% increase to attack, defense, and HP for every Mayan gold that you own. Yes. Feel me? You start off with 50, and every time you get gold from a chest or from slaying one of the Mayan ding dongs, okay? I mean, they're just trying to protect their temple. You're going in there and looting it. It's actually, we're rooting for the bad guys here. We're the bad guys taking their treasure. Anyways, you'll double your gold, thus, you'll double the buff increase that the Hand of Famine gives you by having a shit ton of gold. That's what makes gold so valuable, so important, and so necessary for your first epic buff. Okay? Money bags in combination with um, uh, gold and fog, all right? And gold and fog as early as possible. What is gold and fog? You get gold every time you clear fog. There's fog in every level, and we will clear fog in every level, all right? If you can get so lucky to get money bags, level one, that's actually pretty easy. And then the first chance at an epic buff, which is the first Mayan high priest you fight in level one, you get golden fog. You will be the most powerful you can be for the rest of the minigame because you will be earning gold from every single clearing. And once you get Hand of Famine, you will become invincible. All right? I'm hoping we can see that in a test run. So that's why we do that. Here's the Hand of Plague. All troops defense by 25%. Boom. That's huge. That's just one thing, though. It benefits ranged troops more. Ranged troops attack by 25. So they're getting 25 defense and 25 attack for ranged. But here's where it is the best. Increases all troops attack and HP by 10% for each one rune word owned. 10% to attack and HP. We got our defense 25%. We're doing all siege. We don't do all siege troops, okay? We got 25% defense, thank you. But every single rune word you own gives us 10% to attack and HP. How many rune words do I own? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 160% to my attack and my HP. And if I got Hand of Plague again, that's another 160%. And we're at level 9. There are 20 levels, and you'll get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 rune words per level. See how powerful you can potentially become with the Hand of Plague? That's why that's important. Okay? Attributes. Epic buff. What else? Field Hospital. 20% lost troop amount after each battle. I do believe those stack. You could get 5 of them. That's 100% back of what you lose. That would be the ultimate way to test it. If you actually got 5 of those, okay, you would never lose any troops because you get 100% back of what you lost as long as you win the fight. You finish the fight with a full stack. That would be the most powerful you could be. I'm going to have to test that out. Thank you for the inspiration. That's why I love this shit. It's crazy. Okay, I'm a nerd. I'm pretty sure this stacks to 333.33%. when you send 3 lines, and you only ever send 3 lines, and I'll tell you why soon, I swear. Okay? Uh, I think it stacks. For every triple line epic buff you get, I have received 3 of them before. I'm pretty sure you don't get to see it reflected in that stats page that we were looking at. Okay? But you will experience with the results of the battle. You will lose far less. So sorry. Sweaty. It's the falling out. You will lose far less after each battle. You are very powerful with triple lines. Unstoppable Force. It's a good one if there's nothing else to pick. Why? You give yourself a 30% chance to immediately destroy whatever you're fighting, except for the Mayan High Priest is only 3%. So you can potentially win a battle and not lose anything because you automatically kill it. This is random, but very potentially powerful buff. I get it if it's the only good thing. All right. Unbreakable Wall is also good, and this does stack. Okay, you increase your ranged troops and siege machine attack by 10%. Yay! And siege machine's basic attributes by 25%. Basic attributes. Isn't that an attack, defense, and HP? Pretty sure. So your siege attack is 35% because you're getting that 25% and 25% to your defense and HP. And that stacks and it adds up. So it's a good one to take if you get it multiple times. You're not going to want to get some of these so many times. You're going to want to reset before because you need some things at a certain point. That's why I have what I have right now. Let's see what we can do with the rest of this level. Okay? All right. We need Laws of Survival to clear Poisonous Fog for the extra points before level 13. Because level 13 is when the Poison Fog starts. And we don't want to lose that many troops because we might not get them back unless we have a lot of runes healing. There's junior healing, medium healing, and rebirth. You'll never use that because you won't have any die. Senior healing. Healings are good, but you can only choose one troop slot to heal. We want the recovery runes. We want these to be senior recovery, junior recovery, medium recovery, because that gives you a percentage back for all the troop slots. You'll see it in action. But we don't want to use these as much as possible because they are 10% to all of our stats. Remember? Because we have the Hand of Plague. So here we go. Clear, 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 clear. Right now, the golden fog, do you see how valuable it is? Because, you know, every time I cleared that fog, I'm getting gold back. You could have thousands of gold up here. You have Hand of Famine. you you are you are a god and goddess of the Greek and Roman pantheon. All right, here we go. So I have triple lines, so I only send 3 troop slots. Okay, but even if I didn't have triple lines, I would still send 3 troops. Why? You want to conserve your troops. If you send all 5, yes, you'll be more powerful, but it works like layering does. All right, not exactly like layering in PvP, but even though you sent more troops, more of your troops are being attacked. Thus, you'll actually lose more. It's weird, the math, and I'm not going to go into it, but if you send all 5, you will lose more troops in the long run, faster than just losing troops from 3 alone until you get that, the triple lines, which really helps. Anyways, here we go. Okay. All of this shit after you attack someone is random. You'll always get gold. Well, you'll always get gold. You could get a rune word with it, or you could get a rune word with it. You could also get a buff choice after. So let's see. All right, 2 gold doubles, remember, because of money bags, but no chance at a random buff. That's okay. The random buffs are great, but they're not necessarily essential. All right, clearing. We like that. Oh man, I wish I had golden fog. Mayan guard is one step up from the Mayan warrior. There will be one Mayan guard on each level. There can be on top of the however many Mayan warriors there are, and then one Mayan high priest. Gold. Ah, here we go. A Mayan blessing. So these will happen randomly after every battle, except the Mayan High Priest will always give you a blessing. However, the epic buff that's in there is random, and sometimes they're never there. Okay, so these suck. They don't help me at all because I don't have ground or mounted. I'm just siege. Doesn't matter what you pick, just pick the highest one out of all of them. If we had ranged in there, level 3 ranged, we would pick those if there were no siege. Why? Because level 3 ranged blessings actually give buffs to your siege troops. You learn stuff when you read. It's cool. Clearing fog, not worth money, but still, we want to see if there's a treasure chest there. Hello, Mayan warrior. Sorry. Bye bye. Things are lagging. Shit, I'm lagging a lot now. Damn it. Maybe. I'm not dropping any frames? Ah, not dropping any frames. Siege machine defense. Yay. So 8%, great. That, yeah, my stuff is getting laggy. The game itself is. Okay. Ah, mine calendar stores random. We wish you're married. Always want rather to have a live stream. Okay, so let's check it out here real quick. Yes, of course you want siege, but check this out. Come on, damn you. Level 3 ranged troop attack. Okay, this would benefit us. Why? Increases ranged troops and siege machines attack by 10%. Cool, I'll take it. But it gives extra for your ranged, of course, right? That's why if there's a level 3 ranged in the mix and there are no siege, pick the level 3 ranged, okay? It's going to buff your siege still. But we got that one. Here we go. We're getting to level 10, which is a Mayan High Priest, okay? Fingers crossed for a really good epic buff. We want hand of famine. That's the one we want next since we're doing gold. All right, a little bit. Thank you, Mark. I'm gonna need to wrap up. Things are slowing down. Getting close to the 3 hours, anyways. Um, I'm gonna have to make another video on this because I love it so much. It's so much fun. Anyways, here we go. Mine High Priest. Okay, let's check to see what our stats are now. Let's look on Romulus. 253 HP. Okay, 109, 240. 253, 109. Doesn't really matter the other one. We attack. So possible items. We want gold. They usually give everything, but we're waiting for the blessing. Shovel it. 40 points. You will always slay every Mayan whatever within the level because we need those points. Okay, the precious. 2 gold because we have money bags. Here we go. Fingers crossed. All right. So here is where things get tough. We want an epic buff opportunity here, but if we don't get one and we get a level 3 siege defense or siege HP instead, that's good enough. But you can't do that every time. You need to get epic buffs a certain amount. So if you accidentally click out, I didn't pick one. Don't go to the next level. What's my lowest here? Defense is lowest, so I'm going to pick defense. This is what you have to do. Don't go to the next level. Just exit the mini game. It's hard to do this on a cell phone. You might not be able to because you can't click outside of the screen. Once you go back in, if you did it accidentally on your PC, boom, it picks up. My defense is lowest, so I'm going to pick that. 25% defense. Is it reflected? See, yeah, it is. Okay. These things are, it's nice because you can see the reflected benefit right away. All right. Level 10 is where we get our next epic buff choice. And there we go. See, if I didn't get strength in numbers here, I would have to do this. Reset to level 8. You don't want to go to level 1 because you got everything up to 8 that you want. You reset to level 8 and you got to do level 9 and 10 again and hopefully get lucky with the buffs you get to choose from. And on top of that, like I said, you want the Poisonwood Totem Towers. Here, I got the epic one I wanted. I increased my strength in numbers, my march size capacity, okay? And I got a Poisonwood Totem. There may have not been a tower there, and it could have been any one of 3 towers. I'm very lucky to have gotten the 2 things I wanted. Now, we hope that we get a really good epic buff opportunity from the Mayan High Priest. Regardless, not worry about it. We're going to lose some HP. Here we go. Godzilla. So we're going to find out really soon here on whether or not we're going to need to reset to level 8. Why? I need Laws of Survival before level 13. So that's either in 11 or in 12. And maybe in 13 if we're lucky. And I really want Hand of Famine now because I've got to get really powerful so I don't lose as many troops. Okay? Irregardless, no, we're I need an epic buff. I can't do without a level 3 siege buff or something else. Okay, so here we go. Skadoosh. Please, Zeus, and everybody beyond. Victory? Damn. We got really fortunate to have received 2 epic buffs, but 2 that are not valuable to us whatsoever. Why? Chain Lightning only benefits ground and mounted, okay? Hand of Death is good-ish, but you will not be able to use any of your healing runes or recovery runes. And you might not need to. You might not need to because you get a bunch of live streams instead, but you want the you want the you want to be able to use your healing runes in order to score the highest possible. So neither of these will help me. Neither of these are useful. Level 3 ranged attack is going to give me a 10% buff, but that is such a small return on really what we needed. Let's, for the sake of going to see what our next epic buff is in level 12, let's see what happens. Because we got something there. But notice I'm not clearing these other ones. Why? Every time you clear the fog, you lose 5% from this Poisonwood Totem. So, path of least resistance. Get to the tower as quickly and as efficiently as possible so you don't, you lose the least amount. Okay? Don't get, oh, I'm going to go there too. You're going to get hit. So now it won't attack me, but I want to occupy it because it gives me 100 points. Yeah. All right. Now it's time to clear. I'm bummed because I have not got Golden Fog. And Golden Fog, oh man, the more gold you have, the stronger you are when you get Hand of Famine. And I really, really wants it. But see, look, got a rune stone. That's the junior healing. We want recoveries. Um, that gave me a 10% buff increase to my attack, defense, and HP, though. So that's good because of my Hand of Plague. Yeah, see? Okay, so now the Mayan warrior. 3, I'm losing troops, okay, little by little, but I'm still very strong, so I'm not losing that many. But I don't want to keep losing troops too far in. Luckily, a siege machine, okay. Those are just extra, and they're like super helpful, and it's awesome. We don't want those troop numbers to get too low because then it might not be able to recover with enough live streams opportunities and or healing runes. Okay, nothing there. That's a bummer. I hate it when that happens, but c'est la vie. That's the way. The cookie crumbles. Okay, clearing everything because we want the treasure. Hey, that's the recovery. Okay. The healing had like the weird little, like kind of triangles that went off each other. This has the swirly durly. Okay. Junior recovery. 15% of all troop slots. That's the good return. No, no blessings. That's cool. We had a, all right. All right. I'm glad we saw this. Sorry. I'm all excited. I'm whacking the screen like it's. Okay. You might want to take notes. Or, it doesn't matter. Okay. Mayan camps are really, Mayan camps are going to help you score the highest amount possible that you can. Why? You're adding more troops to your roster. Okay? The more troops you end the minigame with, the more points you score. Thus, if you're lucky enough to have a Mayan camp on every level where there's a building potentially, you will score more points. Okay? You can see what they have. Look at this. Unfortunately, my strength in numbers, or fortune, we'll see if that benefits the generals that we get beyond. I'm adding a million more troops to my troop pool, if you will. This is the important thing. Look, temple warriors, archers, cavalries, catapults. What are we doing? Only siege. Only siege. You will lose your ground ranged and mounted like that, and you'll never finish the game with a score higher than 5, 6, 7,000, maybe. Never. It's got to be all siege. So when you recruit one of these generals, you will never ever use them ever. You will leave them on your roster because the troops that they end with are points. They'll all die by the time you get to the end if you use them. It might be tempting. Why? Let's view our troops. All right. All of these have over a million still. Uh, seven. That's still so it doesn't look like my. Oh yeah, I'm getting 10% march size capacity stage buff. Oh, so it was reflected there. Anywho, mine camps, you recruit a general, you never use them. See how there's, oh, I've lost so many. I need to use the general that has a full roster. No, don't do that because your 1.1 million here are going to be way more valuable than the 500,000 Scipio will have left after he just gets obliterated by this, you know, this Mayan guard. Never use the generals that you recruit. Keep them safe and away from the action to conserve their troop numbers. Now, when you occupy a tower, you'll lose 10% of their troops. Then we're relying on healing runes and life streams towards the end of the minigame, right? It makes total sense, right? Medium true sight. This is never used. It's a buff. Okay. Level 2 siege attack. Thank you. It's good to get anything. Boom. And a junior healing rune. Getting multiple healing runes is good because if I have enough, I can heal each one individually. But remember, Hand of Plague gives more buffs per the amount of rune words that you have. 2, 4, 6, niner. 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22. 220% I'm getting to attack and HP for the Hand of Plague with all those rune words. See how valuable it is and see how these numbers are just increasing, constantly. We're in the 300s now. So here's the big thing. Our Mayan High Priest gave us a shit selection as far as the epic blessings and or the level 3 blessing. What will our general or our Mayan high priest get us in this level. And I'm glad we saw this here too. Remember, we were talking about our poison wood totems? Okay. What do we have here? The typhoon totem. Typhoon totems are better than the crescent. Why? Because you will get 50 points for the typhoon totem. Okay. 50 points is good. And if you get a half and half of poisonwood totems, or maybe even 30% poisonwood totems and 70% typhoon totems, you're going to be in great shape. You can still score over 11,000. All right. But you need some poison woods in there to get above 11,000 points. Um, all typhoons won't get you there. Consume 10% of all your troops. That will be even Scipios, even if it's not used. But you're going to deal damage equal to 40% of the target's maximum HP when attacking them in this level. All right? Just this level, that's really helpful on top of all the buffs you want to occupy for the points anyway. Now, here's a weird thing or a strategy thing when it comes to totems. Remember how we got the Mayan camp in the previous level, right? We're going to occupy this Typhoon Totem Tower. It's going to take away 10% of all of our troops. If there's a Mayan camp that we get to before we reach that tower, don't recruit another general because we don't want 10% of their troops to be taken away when we occupy this tower. Does that make sense? We occupy that tower, we take the 10% hit, then we go recruit that general, and they come in at 100% rather than 90%. Timing, strategy, foresight. These matter when you care about scoring all these points, like a nerd like me. Here we go. I'm not losing a whole lot though. It's early on, but remember, poison fog. Poisonous fog starts in level 13. Okay, I'm not as strong as I can be right now because I have not gotten Hand of Famine yet. All right, or Golden Fog or Hand of Famine. Regardless, not worry about. I need Laws of Survival in this level. This is good. My HP and attack are the same. Oops. Oh, there we go. Things are lagging like crazy. All right, here we go. Check it out. 3,000? 3,050. We want Poisonwood Totem because it's a hundy. All right. I try and clear as the least amount possible when it comes to fog, and I don't have the money in the Golden Fog epic, blessing yet. Yay, we got a junior recovery room. Why? Because if I do get the money and fog, the Golden Fog blessing in that level, I want to leave myself the most opportunities to get gold from it. You know what I'm saying? If I've cleared all the fog, then I get the buff. I'm like, well, fuck, I just missed out on 100 extra gold. That's the kind of crazy thinking I've done. So I'm not just clearing everything as I go. I'm trying to do the least amount of. Um, see the Mayan camp. Had we gotten there before getting there, we would leave that until after we occupy this. So I'm going to clear this Mayan high priest. If I get the golden fog, you know, all this extra fog I have left is straight cash money, baby, and buffs. Here we go. Come on, please. Give us something good to eat. Damn. All right. No epic, no epic blessing. All right. In level in level 10. Okay, we got the strength of numbers, but the level 10 Mayan High Priest gave us cockadoodie. Level 11, no, 10 gives a good one. 11 didn't give us anything. 12, yes, siege defense is level 3, and that's the highest, but the poison fog's coming. We need those points. We need those points, and we don't have laws of survival yet. Or do we? Nope, no laws of survival. It's about dinner time. I'm going to go to level 12 without slaying that one, but here are more points, but I didn't lose any because I occupied that first. All right, all right. For efficiency's sake, look at my troop count there is really low, right? I'm waiting until the beginning of this next level because I might have well, actually I lost so much. Don't run, please. God damn it. The that's the healing. Where's the recovery? Preemptively. I'm down so low that the 20% of a live stream won't heal all the troops I've lost. So that's why I use that junior one there. The junior stain. That's another layer of like, hey, timing when you heal and when you don't heal. It's like, all right, this is really better. It's good when you get siege buff opportunities. Okay, so we missed out on 50 points there because of the totem. No big deal. We really bit the big one. If I go reset here, goes back to level 8, and I gotta hope to get lucky in that span again. Okay, I've been to this point before where I got everything I wanted, and then it went to shit right afterwards. We're gonna see what happens on level 13. All right, either 13 or 16, one of those levels is will never have a tower. I'm pretty sure it's 13. 13, I have never seen a tower spawn, and I have reset over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure level 13 does not have a tower. If it's not 13, level 16. There is one level that never spawns a tower. If I'm incorrect, please show me. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 40 potential points here that we want, but we don't have laws of survival. So let's look at our troops here. Okay, see that red line? This is what's going to happen. We could go through the level and try and get to we took a hit there, boom. Ah, let's go see, let's try and find the Mayan high priest. Why? Because the Mayan high priest might give us the laws of survival right now, and we could keep going. We're not as strong as we could be, but we can keep going. And for the sake of science, let's try. That was nothing. All right, here we go. So if we don't get our laws of survival here, we will restart at level 8. We will, because you won't score the highest you can, and it's not worth finishing without getting the poison fog points. Damn. We do get the hand of plague again. The lucky upgrading is really helpful early on. Here, not so much because we wanted 4 opportunities from all of our previous ones. But let's see what this hand of plague will do to us now that we stack it, okay? Well, how we're going to see that is we're going to click out of it, not select it. We're going to look at our attributes. Let's look at the attack. 348%, okay? 348%, and we're getting 10% for each rune. 348% is where we are now. This is how I found out that they are indeed stacking and develop these master plans in my head. Come on, please. Oh no. Fuck. I want us to be able to see this at the very end. Explore. No data. Shnikes. All right, 348%. You might not be there. It's a sign saying, hey, go eat food. Leave your loving people alone. Attributes. Look at that. I hope someone's there. I'm sorry. Damn it. I need to make a video on this. It's just too damn fun. Too damn fun. I picked the hand to play again. My attack was at 348%. Shubloips. 568%. So every rune we get now, since we have two Hand of Plagues, is going to give us 20% increases instead of just 10%. Stackage. Let's look at these troop numbers though. 5 points, 5 points, ah, 5 points. Look at my troops just plummet. Five. You get the idea, right? Look at how few I have. You see how without the laws of survival, which is not being damaged while clearing, hey, got the recovery. So the laws of survival is so valuable in keeping us alive, keeping our points around, that it's mandatory as far as I'm concerned. And I prefer to get it in the first 5 levels, which you can. It'd be great if you get it within the first 3. Okay. Level 3 is a checkpoint. Level 8 is a checkpoint. Then level 14 is a checkpoint. And then level 18 is a checkpoint. If I go to this next level here, I'm going to go in with all this shitty stuff and these lost things. So here, oh, we lost everything that we got after this level. So I still have good stats. I still have these good epic buffs that I want that can get me really far with really high score. We go to 8. What happens in 9? Perfect example. It's a typhoon totem. Okay. We want poison wood. Here's where that whole how much patience do you have? How committed are you? How much do you care about getting the highest score? Look, Typhoon Totem, that's 50 points, not 100. I'm only going back 1 level, okay? It's not like I'm going back 3 or 4. I'm not losing anything. I've already lost it. There we go, Poisonwood Totem. This is what we want. For science, I'm moving quicker. Normally I wouldn't take this many hits, but I'm trying to find, oh, here we go. Remember, don't recruit because we don't want them to lose the 10%. Damn it. Attack, attack. Don't recruit yet. Yay, that's more points. We want that. But we take the 10% hit here, then we recruit them because now they won't lose 10%. That's what you do. Let's find out, last but not least, where is our Mayan High Priest? It's going to be back here somewhere. I want to see what blessing they leave. And then we're done because I got to eat and my hands are hurting. Ooh, yay. Come on, there he is. All right. All right. Come on. Oh, Shoryuken. Nothing. We like level 3 siege machine attack. So if you got that, go to the next level and see what you get. But it would have been great to have an epic one instead. All right. That was just these levels in betwixt. If we had more time, if things weren't going off and on so much, and if it wasn't dinner time, I might do more of these. But it is indeed time to retire this live stream. I love you. Thanks so much for being a part of this community again. Um, I'm sorry about any hiccups as far as the recording goes, or the finalization and this forever cataloged and codified epic burp no live stream being saved for perpetuity's sake, for our progeny, all of the P words that are awesome and that mean forever and those coming after us. Uh, some good information. I just might do another video on the Revelation of Maya because that shit runs deep and it's a lot of fun. That's the Mother's Day event. Happy Mother's Day. Do something special. Make sure that your amazing mom or an amazing mom in your life, or yourself, if maybe perhaps you never had that relationship, All right, I understand. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other, because you matter. You're amazing, um, and you're important to me. And I'm so glad to be a part of this community with you. This has been a live stream. My wife and I have been watching so much Australian Bachelor and Bachelorette that this affectation is starting, and I'm sorry for how terrible it is to my native Australians. But this has been a live stream on Ebony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto. I'm Leto the second, R5 Muad'Dib of the Landsrat on server 1834. And Ebony the King's return, turn. I'm gonna try and do this cool. I'm so glad you're in there with this legend, Sweet Pain. Glad you enjoyed it. You're amazing. I felt your presence. You kept me going. Not just me that pulled you back in, but I guess I needed to pull you back in so you could keep me pushing forward, man. You are truly uh, uh, an influential and positive, good vibe and force in my life, and I can't thank you enough for it. It's time to go eat, and it's time to say, for real and official this time.